This is London with Bitcoin Spike. We have an exciting moment for BTC. We're going to go through the details. Currently in the process of potentially breaking out of a symmetrical triangulation. We see this resistance, okay? This support, 1, 2, 3 along the line of support here on the 1 hourly chart, okay? We have 3 hits along the support, and we're looking right now at a bit of a variable level of resistance. We're going to talk about the details as we look through this specific potential breakout. I want to shout out to the VIP, our top level of membership, and we want to say what's going on here. This is Chris in the house. Hold on. Chris, I have been trying to get in touch with you, my man. Hold on 2 seconds. What is up, Chris? Chris, VIP, my man, what's going on? Just got off work. I got to catch up. Yes, you do. Hey, VIP. My man, what's going on? I've been waiting in the back just so that you know, Chris, I know that you are aware of this. Any new VIP, and Chris is brand new. We're so excited. Always go to Twitter, reply to the first pinned tweet, and let me know I am VIP. Boom, okay? And hit that tweet button. Reply to the first pinned tweet. That lets me know that you guys are ready for the back rooms. Very important in terms of these back rooms. All types of charts. Good stuff going on, Chris. So glad. The timing was perfect right now, huh? No mistakes. That's a good thing, brother. Nice to have you here. And Chris, you'll be able to interact with Pathfinder. Pathfinder, what is going on? Yeah, Pathfinder, Chris is brand new to VIP. We lost a little bit of touch. I guess you've been working hard. A lot of VIP work hard. Chris, so that you know if you haven't been plugged in recently, one of the goals for 2022 is to start to refine some principles so that the VIP and so the traders can maximize their efficiency in the market, okay? I know a lot of trades in crypto take a long time, and we're really trying to develop the framework with the traders. I've discussed this with Angel, discussed it with VIP, etc. And shout out to Angel, top shelf VIP, 58,000 over that in overall contributions, #1 in crypto, period, guys. He makes this his home. Brother, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Much love to you. You know that. So Chris, just to update you, that's what I'm going to focus on in 2022 is creating the dynamic to where I really want the VIP to be able to operate ahead of, not just not in terms just let's say a higher bottom line in terms of ahead in terms of the profits. I want you to actually literally be able to, in terms of time, to out operate them in terms of the time factor, like ahead of them in that regard, more efficiently, spending less time with the market and capitalizing on more of the gains during that smaller amount of time. That's one of the goals, because I've really reviewed in terms of the goals that we have for this year and for VIP. I want to capitalize on that dynamic of efficiency, because that's really one of the biggest, as we look at BTC as it consolidates. You guys know that's one of the biggest frustrating factors of crypto is the 5 days of consolidation, as we would look at the 4 hourly, just the entirety of the time that we've been sideways here. Looking at this, it's like, okay, have we really moved that much in 100 days, 3 months? So while BTC gets, and we'll talk about altcoins, etc. tonight as well. I want to shout out anyone who was trading Dogecoin. Doge made a decent move last night. Filecoin today Dogecoin made a decent move right off support. It was nice, highly technical. Filecoin has done extremely well also. So oddly enough, Filecoin has done really well. So in terms of the move right now on BTC, we're at an interesting moment on the weekly. Let's look at this on the weekly. And today we'll just cover this. I want to let you guys know we're going to be covering on the top left. We'll have, and I'll go through all these details. But yeah, Chris, nice to get plugged in, my man. That is the goal for 2022, and just understand to get there, to arrive at that place. I'll put Doge on the top left there. Looks like we have a little bit of a bull flag on the 5 minute. Looking nice, guys. In terms of to get to that point where you could just sit down and hammer out and book trades, understand it's going to take a while. It's not intuitive. You may be halfway there already or more than halfway. It's just the pros sit down for very little amounts of time and can book a trade. Okay, so I want to let you guys know it's a highly refined, very competitive field out there that is trading. I'm not talking about a trade that lasts 2 months or lasts 10 to 15 days. I'm talking about a trade that potentially lasts 10 to 15 seconds, maybe, believe it or not, getting in where the price action is right on the, and guys, I got to tell you, on BTC, and the VIP know this in the back, in terms of catching the move to the upside. Let's pay attention to what it was. And this was just a huge move for BTC. And we caught this in the back. I'm excited about this. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. The 1 minute time frame demonstrated this to me. I let the VIP know about it. It was an included ascending triangle. You guys want to know like kind of what happened in terms of the price action? Pay attention as I'm talking about a trade that could last just a very short period of time. Look at this small ascending triangle. Now, it was, I'll tell you this, it had a top side resistance, okay, in addition to the ascending triangle. And what we'll discuss now is, guys, this was a really high velocity move. That's what we like. We like the price action, guys. It's what we focus on all the time. So we literally were parked right in this zone. And I just told the VIP, I'm like, we have an internalized ascending triangle. For those who have paid attention, guys, in terms of whether or not, if you were on leverage, this one move, bam, to the upside was a nice move, right? And depending upon how much leverage you would choose to use, we talked yesterday about the bedrock approach, kind of like the less, I would say the less aggressive in terms of, what would you guys say, just leverage? We'll just call it leverage, futures, etc. If you're 10x, if you're 20x, if you're 50x, etc. 125x, we trade on LBank. It has that componentry. In terms of the 125x, it is possible, guys, to trade 125x. I've booked many trades. VIP know that in the back, and we're consistently going through. I spent a lot of time today chatting with different people. Shout out to Angel. It was a pleasure to catch up with you a little bit today. I bring up the ascending triangle because it was very familiar, guys, extremely familiar to the preceding low on the retracement. Essentially the reversal. Let's say the reversal on the retracement in 2021 in the summer. We caught that in the back, and it was time to go. You guys know that. It was literally time to roll. Let me see if I can scroll back there just to show you if I can get, where is price now? Let's get down to price. Let's get down to, let's see. This is going to take a second to get over here, but I want to review the ascending triangle in this preceding zone so that you'll be able to see exactly how much velocity we got out of the preceding move here in the summer, right? And all it was in 2000, and just to let you guys know what we focused on in the back, all we saw in the back in 2021 was the following. People were saying in the back, well, maybe it's a bear flag. I didn't note that. I noted the ascension right here and the possibility. This was just under 30,000 in the summer 2021. Today was somewhat similar for anybody who hit the button in the back in terms of today's nice run to the upside. Just understand, I've seen these before in terms of the indication for an ascending. Boom, this move, summer 2021, it was gone. You didn't have a chance to think about confirming anything. It was just up and out. It was a really nice move. Let's compare that to today, but it just reminded me very much of that. So, Chris, I want to get you in the back as well in terms of the VIP. The restricted zone. We want to get you in the back. We're excited about that. Now, we'll update after. I always give VIP kind of a first look at the technicals, etc. We will look at the, I believe the hourly was one thing I just brought up to the VIP in the back. We do have this specified flat top resistance. Bam. On the hourly, we're always looking for a potential flat top resistance to indicate a potential for the buyers to step in at the lower level here along this level of support. And guys, formulate one of the best patterns, essentially what we just looked at on that 5-minute chart, right? That ascending triangle. We would love to formulate one on the hourly, right? So we'll talk about some other complications. I'll say complications, guys, in terms of trade expectations on BTC. We'll talk about, I'd say, some favorable aspects and maybe some surprise or unfavorable aspects of BTC today. And you guys know with me, former financial professional, not financial advice, guys. Let me shout out to, I got a shout out to Pathfinder. Hopefully you're doing well, Pathfinder. And if I can get my phone up and going and doing well, let me just shout out to Chris here. Let's see if my phone is charged enough to do this. Bam. I'm going to put VIP. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. And nice, really nice to have you here today, Chris. We couldn't be more excited. And there we go. Just I'll put some Ferraris in there for you. Right on, brother. And I hope you're booking those trades. Want to know about your trade game, what all you're up to. What have you been hitting? We're going to cover today Doge, Bitcoin. I still have FXS up. It's a good bull flag if it wants to return a bit here and continue to the upside. You guys know we have SHIB. Looks like SHIB descending triangle is still in formation, top right, just so that you guys know that. Cody has been one, guys, that I've been focused on. You guys know that because it's a decently organized, I'd say, bull flag here. Okay, we have picked up on the level of support, and it really is in the same framework as you would look at FXS along the lines here. A very similar pattern here on Cody, right? Even to the kind of this drawdown. in terms of this, just a little bit of latency in terms of the price. Could it be curving up and around? That would be amazing for both of these coins to establish this on the 1 hour on FXS and Cody on the 4 hourly. Essentially, we're focused on price action, guys. On the bottom right, we're looking at another bull flag that could be, guys, it's very close to breaking out. Pardon me, Origin Protocol. Okay, Origin Protocol, and then I do have near. Okay, to look at near. It's not a bad pattern, guys. It's close. It reminds of near. All I'm going to say, near has played with some interesting patterns thus far this year, to the extent that it conforms to a classic definition of a bull pennant. Move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation. Right, and we could expect a repeat of this to the upside. It could just be a really nice move. So I'm focusing on anything, and we can go over the targets to the upside. But many of these targets are in excess of, I'd say, 50%. So looking at that, we're encouraged by the market right now. We're also a bit cautious. I'll discuss the move today on BTC was an interesting move, and we'll go through the details. Let me go ahead and add back in. Let me see what we've got on BTC. One of the things, let's talk about USDT.D. Let's talk about Tether dominance. You guys are looking at here at Doge. Doge, just technically speaking, I have to talk about it. Shout out to Pathfinder, about to hit you up in the chat room, letting my phone charge a bit there. Pathfinder, great to have you. We streamed early. Hopefully that's accommodating. I hope everything's good with you. And yeah, we're excited to have you in the back, VIP. But top level in terms of resistance, this bottom level support, generally conform it, I'd say trying to conform with a bull flag. So we're going to pay attention to that. It's a little bit off, but I'd say the other pattern that we're not really excited about, we want it to beat right now, would be on the 5 minute, would be this descending triangle. You guys know that descending triangle is kind of tough, guys. The component that would really just required a charge through on all the coins, and we'll discuss this, was the rising wedge. Typically on the rising wedge feature, we're looking for a recoup after we get up and over. We're looking for some sort of a recoup, and I'll say this, at least at this level, a return at least to this peak, to perch at least, or do something along this specific level here. However, on Dogecoin is a great example today in terms of the strong level of support that it was on. Let's go to the 1 hourly and just discuss this level of support. Shared it with VIP this morning in the back, just quick chart, bam, we're on it essentially, right? Anyone who hit this on leverage, congratulations, guys. It was a big move on leverage. Okay, nice solid technicals in terms of the move to the upside. I think it was about 2% move to the upside. Potential for you guys up to 50x. I have to tell you, has a potential for up to a 100% trade on Dogecoin. So extremely nice to see that. And let me put Pathfinder, bam. And let's see, nice to have you here, Pathfinder, VIP, boom. What do we got? Yep, Doge doing caught on its support, was on fib as well. Yeah, it was on a cross fib as well, or a kind of an intersection there, to be frank. And that's just, it's nice to see the technicals conform to the extent that it outperformed BTC technically. Hey, we're always looking for anything that can, will, should, might. Seriously, we're exploring every possibility in terms of that, guys. And if you're new to the stream or tonight, anything else, we just want to encourage you guys. First of all, join VIP. Second of all, VIP, our top level of membership. And second of all, at the top right now is a link for L-Bank. L-Bank is an exchange, and I would encourage you all to look at it because, number one, it is authorized to operate in the United States of America, period, guys. It's authorized to operate in the USA and abroad. I'll say that. To the extent that you're in the USA, we've had some issues with with regulations recently. So do understand that here at VIP, we're going to encourage you guys to trade on a licensed exchange without a doubt. We are going to encourage you to trade on a licensed exchange because we don't want to see you put your money into something that is illegal, that is not licensed. We can have the illegal conversation later. We can do that later, guys. But that is not licensed, okay? Because what happens if your money goes away? What happens if the exchange completely falls off the map? All different types of issues aside from, do this, don't do that, this is wrong, this is right. Just makes sense to follow the rules. Well, to the extent that, in addition to that, I'll say it's the best exchange I've used on leverage, period, guys. Up to 125x on BTC. you're gonna enjoy it. I think it's $250 or something you can get for signing up, whatever it may be. That's like if you wanted to hit one trade for 125x, that's like a $30,000 trade, I believe. I may need to do my math, but like a $30,000 trade if you guys wanted to get into that on futures, just on leverage. It's part of the dynamic that allows you to get into the market, get out of the market, hit your trade. If you guys can book trades quickly like that, if you work on your patterns, right? If you dig in like we dig in, and you're interested in the technical conformance, if you're, as we're looking at some pour down function here from this top line resistance, and let's go to this other chart I have real quickly. I'm going to have to move to the Binance chart, and want to shout out to Angel. Hope you're doing well, my man. We had a discussion about Binance charts yesterday, a little bit off the record. Yeah, I guess off the record. As we would talk about this, it just reminded me of that, so I wanted to mention it. This specific weekly, I was going to focus on this real quickly. The weekly time frame, very important, because as we would look at that weekly, the symmetrical triangulation on the weekly chart, we were the first ones to bring this anywhere, guys, in terms of this constriction, symmetrical constriction. And you'll just see, essentially, we were here along the prior resistance. We are now elevated a bit from that level. So that's just important to note that, say, the macro patterning. And remember, guys, symmetrical formation on the weekly, and what played exactly, guys? The move to the upside from that point of breakout just played, boom, just right up to within a very nice threshold, guys. Just almost exactly in terms of that specific upside target on the weekly, right? We became more aggressive as we dialed into the lower time frames. You guys know that. And let's look at what we have in terms of the secondary chart. I'm going to use the gate chart. I like gate technicals quite a bit. Unfortunately, that exchange is being taken off the market. You guys know that. It's being taken off the market. So in terms of the specific move that we're looking at right now, what do we got going on with Angel in the house? My man, what's up? What's up? Angel saying shout out too. Let's see. My whole stimmy is on this. I don't know what you got going on. Ride or die. Ride or die. You're welcome to join us in VIP if you'd like to. Just exclusive chat. Once you join, you can hammer in. It's top level of membership. Angel in the house. Bam. Exciting to have you here. What is going on? Boom. Angel. VIP. Nice to see you, Angel. And I'm just so glad you could join us. Extremely glad that you could join us today, Angel. There we go. And yeah, Angel and I, we had a great chat earlier today. Just nice chatting with you, big guy, always. And that's just a big part of what we do here at guys at Bitcoin Spike and VIP. I'm just saying VIP. It's not just a trade group. It's not just some guys that get together and trade or something. Guys, we hang out. We have a good time. It's really as you guys look at working. Well, I have to work. I have to whatever it is, guys. A lot of what we do is the stuff that's away from. Everybody needs a little bit of a break from family. Everybody, I'm going to tell you guys, everyone needs a little bit of break from the kids or from the work or from whatever it is. Like, it's nice to get together and have a cool crew, cool hitting crew that we're all excited to be a part of, etc. It's just it's the group. We're excited to have it in 2022, and we'll be building. And in terms of that, Freddie got to be one of the key guys. Yeah, and ride or die. Yeah, I mean it's little Jimmy on the 1K skinny. Yeah, we're gonna have to hide you now because I just invited you. I told you it's exclusive, so I'm gonna have to hide you from the channel, my man. That's just it. And sorry if you guys intend to chat with us, just join VIP. And if you don't want to, do not worry about it. Just move on to the next channel and maybe join them. We would encourage you to be a part of the community that you choose to interact with, and not be a spammer, right? A lot of spammers on the internet. We're not into that guy. Just cruise on. No worry. Go and do what you do wherever you need to do it, not here. So in terms of protecting VIP, that's, you guys know me. That was as nice as I've ever been, I think, to somebody who's doing that. Very nice. So in terms of this, guys, Freddie in the house. Freddie, what's up, brother? Hope the trades are going well. New job training. Exciting. Want to shout out to Slim as well. Slim, what's going on, my man? We want to hear from you. We want an update on what you got going on. Now let's talk about BTC. Freddie, I don't know that you were here. You may not have been in the back when we caught this. Just in terms of the actual framework of what went on, it was a really, really aggressive ascending triangle. The guys in the back now know when I say I like to trade ascending triangles. Yeah, boom. Nice move to the upside. You guys, BTC likes to do this every now and then. It just, boom, it'll move to the upside. And we really saw an overcompletion. we had a little bit of a conflict here today when I talk about this in terms of just the technicals, guys, nothing else, just the technical, like a technical conflict, something along those lines in terms of contradiction, etc. We had essentially, okay, we did have a bit of, we can go to the candle wicks, okay, candle wicks or the lines, a little bit of a rising top here. Just a touch. Now, the question is always going to be, if we had a flat top, we would say that'd be perfectly technically accurate for an ascending line of support, a flat top. We like that ascending triangle on the macro and the micro. Now, what we ran into is a little bit of an ascension. So, to the extent that the market is overly, what we say, overly concerned about that, it can distract buyers. It can deter buyers. One of the things that we were looking at, though, as we were along this level of support here, I was informing the VIP. I was like, just do remind yourself. And if you guys saw the specific video today from YouTube, just that I put on YouTube, you saw that I had this element, kind of panned out, this symmetrical triangulation with the colors on it, right? With the let's say just with the Fibonacci's, the Fibonacci wedge. They're not real easy to draw. Start in the apex, bam, hit it. Bam, hit it, and just pull this down once you do, okay? We spoke a little bit about the expectation, right, in terms of being along the level of support. Nice pickup to anybody who took advantage of that. And a little bit on the interior as well. I told VIP that I was prepared myself, personally, in terms of an interior level. If you just draw down on this specific zone here across the top, look at what I did with BTC on the top. And I shared this with VIP. Chris, you can pay attention to this if you weren't in the VIP back already. But yeah, I want to put you back there. So please DM me. The back is just full of cool dudes, man. You're gonna like it a lot. It's a good group, and yeah, just don't be shy. Just we'll get everything worked out, get you in there. Just DM me. This internal line of resistance, okay, in addition to the framework of the exterior pivots. If you guys will look at this, the exterior pivots, let me really zoom in so you guys can take a look at this, the technique that's used here. Okay, this exterior framework right in, and let me go ahead and make this a little bit of a stronger line here. This specific framework from the pivot on the 30-minute to the pivot on the 30-minute. The exterior, okay, that's the exterior line of resistance, okay? And in terms of the interior line, I identified an interior line which would set within the framework here. If you guys can put this on a big screen TV, please. Okay, would also go down through the interior function here with interaction at this level from resistance to resistance, right? Multiple hits here of resistance, right? So there's an interior line which looked like it was being respected previous heretofore. I identified that with VIP in the back. And one of the cool things is that I noticed, it looks like, Angel, what's going on? I just noticed you let me see, I sent you a text. Cool. Just sitting at Smokey's, a cigar lounge. Hey, cool. My man, cool. Very cool. I want to see, you got some photos. What do you got? I want to see something. Let me see what we got. Shoot me a photo. What you got going on at the cigar club, my man? There we go. And you guys know Angel invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. Just the man around here. And really my best friend. He's the guy. Published If Wished Live. Man, I want to see if I can get this. Oh, you got it going on. Hold on. You got it going on with the with Smokies. Oh man, Smokies. We got a shout out to Smokies right now. Smokies with Angel Matos in the house. We may have to do some special stuff. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you left your onslaught of everything. I just saw that live right now. Shout out to Smokies. Shout out to everybody. You guys don't know who's sitting there. You probably know him, but he's the $1,000 super chat king. You guys, I don't know if they ever seen this. They want to see your rocket and everything else. I'll leave it up to you if you want to show them the rocket and everything else and really pull out the stops for super chat. You may not want that to all go on, but you let me know if you want to super chat and we'll do it up from Smokies. It sounds like fun. I'm glad you're there. Cohiba Black would be nice, the Monte Cristo 1935, treat the guy well. If Smokies is listening, treat the guy well. Nice box of, Royal Cohiba, something nice. He deserves it. We know that. He's earned it. So, and treat him with respect. He's a great guy, good friend of mine as well. Best friend here. So in terms of this exterior line along the bottom, let's go through the details here as well. The notion of the interior pickup on the bottom is what I'm getting at right now. Without a full completion on the candle wicks, as you see the candle wicks provide some frustration, right? I picked up a quick trade today. But the candle wicks, looking at this on the candle wicks, the 5-minute line does conform. If you look at the 5-minute line, it does conform. Sometimes you won't know. I'll tell you this, between the 5-minute, the 1-minute, right, the level of variability, maybe the 5 minutes is off a bit too, because I had brought that up to VIP. I'm like, maybe the 5-minute is on. It might be just a touch off as well. It's close. It's close on the 5-minute. You still had to be a touch aggressive. Now, in terms of this, Sean in the house. What's up, Sean? Exciting to have you here. Sean, new VIP, and he's full of courage back there. He's awesome. He's doing great. Sean, love the attitude. Every morning I wake up, you're a VIP. You're hitting it. What I want to talk about, this interior and the exterior componentry in terms of your becoming more or less aggressive on an entry. Always consider the frame dynamics as you would then in terms of, let's say, on a triangulation, having another threshold level of interior here if you don't want to get left out on a trade. That's the bottom line. What I'm getting into right now is your level of aggression. It also may be the following, guys. If you are in a really, really strong bear market, you will see the traders potentially do something along the lines of, and I played this level a little bit heavy, okay, in terms of, or a little bit, aggressively. Right, we had a strong indication along these lines, but not on the candle wicks. The candle wicks actually, as you look at the ultimate price action we could have on the candle wicks, come all the way down to this level. So there was some variability there. Always, I'd say, design yourself an entry and stick with it. I'll say that, stick with it, and just realize that you, I hate to say trade at your own risk. I don't like that statement. What I do like is the fact that we always say, if you lose a trade, be a man. That's the bottom line. If you lose a trade, be a man. You get wiped out on liquidation, something else like that, be a man. Get up. Where's the next trade? Bottom line. We come from a tough cut of cloth here. I'm gonna tell you guys, in terms of cracking your knuckles out, getting into the trade dynamic. It's just not, the market's not going to be nice to you. The market's not supposed to be nice to you. It's not supposed to be your friend, right? And the dynamics that we put together preserve backup reserve capital. We reserve that backup reserve capital for the lower levels. The price line is above, right? This is the price line above for BTC, for Bitcoin. So we have the preservation principles, the bedrock principles for heavier cash at lower levels, excluded from the participation in the market currently. But because always with that backup cash, there's no two ways about it, guys. That's what needs to occur in crypto. It's so volatile. You must have that heavy reserve capital. Bottom line, and you guys know us. That is the way we roll. It has to be. Never overexposed at a higher price. Some people are in the process of putting together that reserve position. I'll just tell you, in terms of the heavy cash reserves, that's an exciting position to be in as well. A lot of people will try and make their cash in crypto. You guys know this. They'll try and make all their cash in crypto with all the cash they have. Well, if you try and make all your cash in crypto with all the cash you have, crypto is very, very well renowned for explaining to you that you should not have used all your cash. It's just too volatile, guys. You have to have those heavy cash reserves. So essentially what I wanted to bring up to you now is whether it's an exterior line, okay, in terms of, I'd say, a more conservative entry, or an interior line. As we would look at this, let's say an interior line along an already defined pattern here within the price function. You'll just understand the price function. Resistance, 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 multiple hits along resistance, right? But we do have, what you don't want is necessarily to be left out of a trade, right? Sean, I want to shout out to you because I know there was a trade, I'd say, target that you had yesterday, and it just seemed like it was taking a while. You never got there, and you were a little, you started saying, maybe I should move my trade, your target up. And I was like, yes, don't stand at the free throw line. Make sure that you're actually shooting hoops. And that was just funny for us to go through. But I did bring up this example, and I want to bring it to all you guys now. If you guys shoot 100 free throws every day for 3 months, and I'm telling you guys, if you guys go to the gym and shoot 100 free throws every day for a month, or let's say for 2 months or 3 months, if you shot 100 free throws every day for 3 months, what do you think you'd be able to do? You'd be pretty good at shooting free throws, wouldn't you? Right? As you decided to continue to shoot, if you decide, well, I'm going to keep shooting, I'm going to do this for 6 months. Well, you meet the guy, well, I've been shooting 100 free throws every day for the last year. Whoa, okay. So, yeah, the guy can rip the net. right? He's got his technique. He can rip the net. He knows what he's doing. He's got dribble down. He's got the follow through, everything, just ripping the net. You're like, that guy, everyone else is going to point around and say, that guy's really good at his free throws, right? That guy can really shoot. And you talk to him, and it's like, oh, that must be easy for him. No, he's shot every day for 100 free throws every day for a year, right? So the notion is, in terms of trading, I bring that up because, to the extent as we're looking at BTC on the 5 minute, we can go to the 1 minute. And after discussing that triangulation and the potential move to the upside, if there were an immediate breakout, and that's why I said urgent in terms of the live stream, if there were a breakout to the upside, we would be we'd be jamming in a different direction. I'm chatting just a little bit here right now, but I should reinforce the fact that we may be in a near breakout zone. So I want you to know about that while we're discussing things, while I'm kind of covering what I've talked about with VIP. Some of the VIP have been, you guys know, have been what do you say, just busy with work, etc. I think Chris, everyone else was, here now, but has been busy with work. I know that Freddie, Slim, etc. You guys have been busy training, doing all kinds of stuff. It's really cool as VIP guys, just making sure that, I know that you have a lot of skills. But when we talk about and to review the breakout, let's review the breakout real quickly. In terms of the price action today, that symmetrical consolidation, that ascending triangle here did thrust us up above that line of resistance, okay? So the triangulation, we did fail, period, okay? Line of resistance hits. This is on the candle wick, and I think on every specific, we can check it, but on every single line formation, the lines in yellow, right? The candle wicks are literally these candles and the wicks. You guys know that, but just to go through it, right? The candle and the wick, really easy stuff. The red candle, okay, meaning a drop in price. Open, close, and the wicks are the high and the low, right? The red signifies the open, move down, red, right? And the actual wick is the high and the low, okay? In terms of the green, it would be the open, the move up, right? This would be the open, the close, and then we have the wick to the upside, which would just be the high. There, the low is the open, okay? So to the extent that we see that framework in play, just a review from the candle wicks to the line chart. There we go, okay? So looking at the specificity here in terms of that top line resistance, yes, we did get up and out of that, and it just looked like we were frustrated. You guys know in the back, I was looking at this pretty intently. I think, Angel, you and I were close to talking or just having finished talking, but looking at this, we did fail a move to the upside, and I'm trying to figure out the best framework to capture that on. But it's just kind of a disappointment for BTC. We were up and out. We're looking just to fly, right? It was time to get up and go. It just did not. It didn't complete to the upside. So I'm sorry that if you guys were looking forward to huge prices, but we got a good move. If you guys hit that on, I'd say on particularly on leverage, guys. If you hit this pickup on leverage, I made a quick flash trade from the bottom. I think 125x, just a small move, boom. And amidst the other things I was doing today, without a doubt. And Angel, it was nice to chat with you instead of trading for a while. I want to let you guys know that and let him know it's nice to chat with you for a while there. Instead of trading for a minute, it's like focus on something else, like a friend, right? Focus on your friend. Forget the trading for a minute. It was nice. I appreciate that. And hope you're having good stogies. Hope you're having great stogies. In terms of 1.56% move to the upside is impressive. Let me look at what we got here. Frankie Q in the house, my man. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Frankie, what's up, Frankie? Bam. What's up, Frankie VIP? Frankie, I got your digits. I got everything worked out. We're going to be chatting this week, and I want you to know we're going to be talking. And I'm excited about catching up with you and seeing what all you got going on. And with all you, what did you say? What did you say here? Oh, you actually would have gotten hit today. Oh, Sean, on your deal. I'm watching now. I'm reading. You would have gotten picked up today. And it's that time, huh? It seems like a long time. I prefer VIP to be trading more than that, right? 2 or 3 days waiting. But sometimes we wait 2 or 3 months to hit a target. You guys know that. So looking at the framework here, I'm interested. VIP, we're watching. We're interested right now. You guys know this. In terms of the potential for the pour down back into it. Pay attention, VIP, pay attention to this, guys, because we did not get this. Let's pay attention. And Frankie, my man, pay attention to the recoupment. I say the recoupment kind of rule that we have. I'm going to say we see it expressed quite frequently. You guys know this. We often see this expressed in terms of any type of a rising wedge. I just tell you guys, and it's a very interesting moment right now. I know what's going on in USDT.D, the tether dominance as well. What we see so frequently is that the body of this wants to get refilled back in. Very interesting. If I flip this real quickly, let's go inverted for a moment. Guys, we rarely, and I'll say it's about 9 out of 10, and VIP will reinforce this. We've seen a pull away from this rule in the last 24 hours, literally just within the last 24 hours. And looking at this, let me go ahead and adjust slightly. I really want to make this just perfect because I'm gonna propose to you guys something else that we also see in the market. Okay, that in terms of this level, it would be support resistance, but I put it in a falling wedge status because so that you will look at it as something could be bullish. A lot of us are biased, want to say no, this is supposed to go up, right? And when we see this fall out, typically we'll see VIPC a lot of the time, guys, a whole lot of the time. We see, I say eight to nine. I'm going to say we'll talk about it in the back. We see it very frequently. In terms of the recoup to the body of the wedge, there is another element in play quite frequently that we will see. If we don't recover, we will recover to at least this level. Please let that sink in, guys, and just pay attention to that. If you're getting overexposed at the opposite end of things, if we're beyond the wedge and it's still down there, a lot of times we like to recoup, if not to the body, at least to this level. You guys take a look at some macro charts. It can be a while before we get there, i.e. BTC. And just to look at this, guys, if I were to look at, let's say, if I were to look at some of the framework here, you guys can be like, oh, okay, all right, you mean like that? And I'm like, yeah, I mean like that. Okay, looking at, and to the extent this is a bull flag, it's close, right? To the extent that we have this framework together here, just look at what BTC did in on the daily in 2021, right? Let me get rid of these specific. What do we got here? Frankie, let me see what I got on my screen here. Let's see. Why you don't do this with Dogecoin. Well, Carol, we would love to have you join. If you're going to chat, you need to be VIP. This is a VIP stream, and we'll take your comment away, but we would love to have you join VIP, and then you can chat away with us without a doubt. And we'll be going over Doge. We've been going through it all day in the back. So our guys are steeped with Doge right now. We'll definitely cover that level, that hit of support. We covered that already. Today, if you didn't tune in, make sure you hit those that subscription and those alerts on. Make sure you get that early information that we covered earlier on. So you see this descending wedge here. You see this massive fallout in this region. Do you see us coming back up and bam off the prior resistance to or prior support to resistance? Boom, on the daily of BTC. Now to say, I'm just going to tell you to think. Right, because this is not a normal recovery period here in terms of the falling wedge on the daily, right? It's like, well, we recovered into that. That was quite a move, guys, to the downside. I mean, that was the wedge was long gone. I mean, literally down to this level. When we were down to that bottom level here, the wedge is nowhere in sight, guys. It's been removed from the thought process. But boom. Nice move to the upside, right? Recovery of at least to that apex point. So I bring that up in just as a point of consideration. And what I'll say is, as we look at the 5 minutes, just adjusting my screen here just a moment, as we would review that, it's not much different than what I just showed you on the daily there. It's not a huge difference thus far. Now, continuing to the upside here, is that guaranteed? Is that kind of part of the rule, etc.? No, guys, I'm not going to say anything as a rule. That's not the idea. The idea is to deal with the probabilities as they present themselves to us and to work out a framework for you to understand. If you're booking trades, if you're, let's say, above a rising wedge, at what point can you cut loose and relax? Is it time to, is it an indication that you should go more heavily or more lightly if you're over a rising wedge? Based on the probabilities and the technicals that we have traded heavily, guys, we have traded these patterns. It's an indication you should go more lightly, period. Okay, period. Everyone is going to agree, if at all, if not a short, typically a short. This continued to the upside dramatically well. And the reinforced framework that I put it in there with, I'd say put it to the VIP as was, we are along a lower level of significantly substantiated, or I'd say a substantiated reinforced level of support was the first, right? That was the key factor here on BTC, Bitcoin. Now, the fact that we were along that level of already reinforced support, right, to the upside, this ascending line of support, I just tell you, that configured in, along with one other aspect I'll discuss, but that configured into the potential for there's just a strong move out of this without any kind of, I discussed with VIP, I'm like, to the extent there were just billions of dollars of orders in at that level, the trading volume came in today where? Boom, right? Bam, in this level as well in terms of the resistance along the top and this level along the support. But a lot of orders were filled down here, guys. So the exchanges had, they had the orders, they had the liquidity to be able to bring price up into, I'll say surprise quite a few of the traders right now who were just thinking that we'd probably get a quick rebound into the body of this wedge. And traders know, guys. Traders know. To the extent that traders do know, we could talk about this as well. To the extent that it's kind of like a commonly known thing amongst the traders that really trade, we would include ourselves in that group. The traders who really trade also know that the exchange will cook it, right? Every now and then people get cooked, right? In terms of their position. Now we're seeing that principle play out right now. Very interesting. Just like after on the tail end of not seeing a recoup into the body of the ascending wedge, this framework right in here, and I'll just highlight that, not seeing this, bam, right? We didn't see a return here, right? Well, we're seeing that now, and it's like the market the psychology of the market is very interesting, guys, because right after this failed, it's literally showing you, look at that next move, right? This failed to return to the body of the ascending wedge, right? Technically speaking, we're talking about patterns. Look at this, guys. We failed to achieve a return to this wedge. So what's it showing us now immediately? The reprogramming starts, right? The rule starts over, bam. And all of the traders who trade, everyone who trades knows right now exactly what's being shown to them by the market. Do you guys see how as we focus on the technicals, we start to really learn the way that the market adjusts. We start to be able to not just interpret, but really, I said earlier today, just script. Literally, we could literally write this out and document. It's a lot of what we do in terms of, what are the trade expectations? How do we gain an advantage in the market, right? To the extent that today the level of support below was significant enough to bypass this rule, we have an idea here in terms of, let's say a reinforced framework in terms of a level of support that's recognized, bam, yes, it can take us out, up and over. Angel, I want to let you know I got your video. I can't refine it and put it on the on YouTube. I just can't do it from my phone to YouTube. I don't think I can do it, but I like the video. I need to get some sort of an iPhone or something so we could face chat, and I think I can make that a control window on my computer. I need to work on that. I don't have the iPhone, but I should. Angel, I got your text. Thank you so much, brother. It's awesome. Send me some more videos. And shout out to everybody in the cigar crew. There we go. Bam. Glad to know you're hanging out, chilling there. 30 minutes into the new trading day. Hey, thank you, Freddie. Appreciate that. Welcome to the new trading day. Look at Freddie. Huh? That's VIP. That's awesome, brother. Very, very nice. Let me look and see if I missed anything else in the chats. There you go. And Freddie talking with Frankie. That's nice to see too. Nice to see as well. So this reinforced framework that we're seeing between the wedges is a big deal, guys. The fact that we did not get up and out, looking forward to it, didn't occur. Just tell you guys, Bitcoin's Bitcoin. She likes to play hard to get sometimes. You guys know this. She likes to take your cash on a fake out. A lot of people just went into. You guys know this. Check it out, guys. When we talk about leverage trades, etc., I talk about 125x. You guys know how many people just went heavily on that breakout right there. Now, to the extent that we didn't settle in, and I did look at this while it was occurring. To the extent that we didn't really settle in with a breakout trade, right? I was looking at the framework here in terms of what would have been significantly, let's say significant or within the threshold requirement in terms of maybe setting an hourly candle out, up, and above this region would have been nice. So I'd say to that extent, I was looking at it on lower time frames while we were doing it, and we were up and out. Reminded a little bit of Sheeb recently. If you guys know that, Sheeb have been up and out. It almost reminds exactly, guys, in terms of that top threshold. We even have that interior exterior line, very similar. But yeah, on the 5 minutes, even the way we set above even the 30-minute, we did not. So before we really started to rush into like big time, I'd say big time breakout discussion, etc. That hourly just didn't feed into the narrative or the requirements for us to have a real breakout. Dang it, would have been nice. As we look at the trades you guys are in terms of VIP, I'm excited to discuss those today. From here, what are the expectations, guys? We're still in the same, however differentiated boat that it's like Sheeb. You guys know Sheeb. It just reminds exactly of what Sheeb just did. You guys know this. Sheeb trying to hold on to that specific descending triangle right now. Bearish feature, right? A bearish feature. But looking at Sheeb earlier on, when we were streaming live, we had this specific, this huge, boom, move to the upside, up and out of like the level of resistance. I mean, literally, buyers rushing in, pushing price up and above level of resistance, and it just, we capitulated. We didn't get any kind of a real set on the hourly. Looking at the 30-minute, the 30-minute pushed up and above, but we didn't set truly up and above. So it's one of those circumstances that we just didn't see that the required framework for a large trade to engage. If you will make sure that you're waiting for, let's say, an hourly candle up and above. It helps, right? It helps. The one thing, it can be dangerous because you can miss it. And you guys know this. You can literally watch price go up to here, go up 4 or 5%, and you can miss the 10% day on Bitcoin and start chasing the train after it left the station. You guys know that. So I don't fault anyone who wants to play a trade out normally without waiting for the candle to set. To the extent that VIP didn't just hammer into and above, I can confirm that. We really didn't have that discussion in the back end. I'm excited that you guys, that we were a little bit potentially reserved on that breakout. I'll just say that, guys. In terms of Doge close to back to line of this support framework here. That would be a nice channel to hold to the upside as we would talk about let me get back to this here, as we would talk about that, let's say pattern formation that's currently in play. We are up and out of this specific region here, right? If we were to designate someone of this descending wedge that we've been speaking of, right, in this regard, we are up and out in I'm going to say this, guys. It's important for Doge to hold this level of support, not here, but here, right? As we would expect Doge to continue to do well to the upside. That's going to be an important level of support. We need to traject to the upside. That's just it's carrying price right now positively. So to the extent that this level of support drops, it's going to be something, guys. Looking at the specific interaction with the purple area, right? That blue-purple area is 30 on the RSI. Okay, it's 30 on the RSI, oversold on the hourly. Okay, just taking a look at that. We got close. Okay, the sellers didn't necessarily completely gain momentum to the extent that we would call it a formalized move into oversold territory. We had achieved that recently on the hourly here. Recently here as well at the 13.5, more at the lower price at the 14.2 up and above. Multiple times that hourly has come into play in terms of being oversold. So paying attention to that fact. And let's look what I have here on the chart here. Let's look at the framework that was put together here. Interesting on that, was it the weekly? I think it was on the monthly. Hey, I did this and it saved over. Very nice. The monthly time frame. Can we be looking at some sort of a rise to the upside, downward sloping channel, and a bull flag on the monthly for Doge? Yes, indeed. If we can pick up price, guys, if we can pick up price, hey, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it, guys? It would be really, really nice. And we're on that, is that the 20 monthly exponential moving average in green there? We'd love to see Doge kick it to the upside. It would be exciting, guys. If you guys are looking for smaller patterns, if you're trading on leverage, I just congratulate you guys in terms of learning how to do that and maximizing your time. Doge on let's talk about this nice pattern framework on Doge that we saw. And just shout out to the VIP. What's up? What's up? Hope you guys doing well today. We got a good group, huh? You guys are cool. Very, very cool. I just got to say that. From Frankie to Chris. What's up, Chris? First one. He was first one around. What's up, Chris? To Freddie, to it's Frankie Q. I'm sorry, Frankie Q. It's Frankie Q. Q is the way to be. I think it's Frankie Q or Frankie O. You got the period after the O. Let me look at this. Let me zoom in here. Frankie O, man, my bad. My bad. The period looks like a Q, but we'll call you Frankie O. In terms of Sean, we got Sean. Maybe I call you Q now, Frankie. I don't know. What's up, Q? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the O is. Tell me what that stands for. In terms of just my bad eyes, small phone. I have good eyes, but anyway. Pathfinder in the house. Like just the cool dudes around, guys. We got Angel, of course. Coolest cat. What's up, my man? Just couldn't be much cooler, guys. Some of the pictures, Angel, you show me, I'm like, I should show that to VIP. I'm like, no, he didn't send it to VIP. I'm not going to show it to VIP, but there's some cool photos. Guys, Angel's a cool cat. You guys don't know that. He's a real cool dude. They don't know that all the time, Angel, but it's just the truth. He's a cool guy. Real cool guy. So in terms of that pickup line of support, again, just can't reinforce enough that traders, one, are excited about this, right? They are excited about, let me ask you, Frankie, what does the O stand for? Let me see, what does the O stand for? And let me just ask that in the chat so I can just voice to text it. But yeah, traders are excited to the extent that we're coming back down to a level of support for another possible trade. Would have been nice to not have to deal with another pickup. You guys know it's a good pickup. Additionally, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pickups now. But it's like, couldn't that trade have lasted just a little bit longer? You guys know that it's like, no, we're happy to pick up, but if you don't book that trade, it's like you almost had to be on leverage for this one, guys. You almost had to be on leverage, and I encourage you guys to be on leverage with maybe some market orders on LBank, and try that out with some market orders on LBank. Okay, and yeah, just I put that pinned tweet up on top. Your name initial, last name initial. Gotcha. And yeah, you guys are going to have a completely different 2022 with leverage. I'm going to tell you guys, just completely different. It's going to change. I think the way that you trade overall. That's in addition to your bedrock trading, right? Your bedrock trading, your heavy accumulation at lower levels, etc. Just I'm looking forward to, as a group, becoming one of the best, if not the best. And I'm confident we can become the best. But this year, becoming one of the best, at least this year, in terms of leverage trading. And there's nothing, don't let it get the bad name that it has with you. Okay, if people don't know how to do it, imagine people wouldn't know how to do it, guys. Imagine people that you had heard of, or bad stories or something else, that they wouldn't know how to do it. Yeah, well, we're going to do it right. We're looking forward to that in 2022, to work and make a difference in the amount of time that you spend with the market. That's my goal. Can you book a trade in the market? You missed the takeoff to the upside. All right, you missed the takeoff to the upside. You weren't there. You overslept. Maybe you were out with the wife and family or kids. And, well, what do you do now? Well, you missed 20%, man. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to hit another trade for 20x on that moves 1%. It's going to be real easy, right? You're gonna find that dynamic and the ability to book those trades in 2022. I want to make sure of it, to the extent that you allow me to make sure of it. I want to see that happen, without a doubt, guys. That's just it's so easily in the framework of what's achievable. I just want to make it happen. Everybody's going to regret it if we don't, huh? Me, that you didn't let me participate with making it happen, and you, because it didn't happen. I'm going to tell you that, guys. So I hope you guys are committed to that in 2022. Origin what is Origin doing, guys? Now, again, Origin protocol, I've looked at it. It is what it is. Prior, in terms of the project, okay, it's a project, it's a crypto. But looking at this framework here, it's kind of staring us in the face. And in terms of the potential of it, we need some momentum. You guys know that. In terms of moves to the upside, looks like we're cooking down a little bit in terms of the overall market. Is just being brought down just a touch. So Origin is being brought down just a touch there with. Let's look at BTC, just off by 0.05%, guys. It's a real light day in terms of the market, just barely off. So let's take a look at, we looked at NEAR, we looked at Cody, bottom left, looked at NEAR right next to it, looked at USDT.D. This was the clincher, guys. This was the one. As we looked at, as I started my day, this is how I started my day, guys. Pay attention to this, please. This is how I started my day. Okay, now let's pay attention to the 30-minute. Let's dig into the 30-minute time frame here. Now, I had looked at, maybe in the 5. Let's see if it's the 5-minute. Okay, now, I had looked at the following this morning. Now, you guys know Tether, inverse relationship with crypto prices, right? Tether goes up, if Tether were to go up, then what is the story with crypto prices? Crypto prices go down, right? So crypto prices would be red if Tether dominance, like Tether, people going into, instead of cash, they go to Tether. That's what essentially the crypto cash form, it's USDT, okay, United States dollar Tether. So it's the cash equivalent. I'm going to say cash equivalent. I'll just say that. I know the ins and outs of it, and how we should change that description. But let's just talk about the cash equivalent. Now, we had this specific. I said this morning, guys. I looked at this in around this morning, and looking at. Let's see here through. I want to look at the actual time frame here. Looking at in terms of the interaction of the descending. Right, the descending wedge, right, the likelihood of the recoup into this descending wedge, right, what made me think that we could pour down even further than just a quick recovery into this specific wedge? I saw this morning, and I was like, it's got further to go than just a quick recovery. What we're going to be talking about is this principle of the fan. You guys know this. I use these, right? Now, this was so well indicated at these preceding levels here, right? I looked at this in terms of this structuring here. This, let's go to the 30-minute. Let's see if the 30-minute is the best interval to demonstrate this on. But looking at the level of resistance to support framework, okay, in terms of the preceding, and let me just tighten that up a little bit here. This original zone, it'll be as it is. Let's say a level of established support here. We'll just call this a support into a resistance, okay, into a resistance framework here. Just pay attention to this real quickly, guys. From the top, we need 2 points for any trend line. Okay, now a reversal attempt, as you would look at where are we at on this? We were essentially operating up and over this line of resistance here. Try to hold on to the notion of a bull flag and trying to do so up and above a level of established prior resistance that we had confirmed off of as support. So there's a notion we could be in a bull flag here. It's a big deal. We're up along that level of resistance. This is on the 30-minute, going on to the hourly. You'll just see it's a big framework that we're currently in. If we traject to the upside, guys, crypto is going to take a little hit. You guys know that. So in the framework here of this top line hit here on resistance, I dug into the lower time frames. I saw this specific move here, and I commented this to I think it was to Pathfinder in the back before this really went down. Pathfinder, I think you remember that in the back. But looking at the framework here, bam. This is what I saw ahead of time, and I mentioned to Pathfinder, and I hope you guys are paying attention to this because Pathfinder and I talk a lot about USDT, USDT.D, and I did, as he brought up this framework here, and Path, you remember in the back, I'm like, no, we got an issue here, right? The fan formation could be drawing, and again, for any specific trend line, we need 2 hits. One hit along here, guys, so we would look at this specific formation here. Okay, one additional hit here, right? Very easily done, as we would talk about a different line, same pivot along the top, and just pay attention to this. I think you guys will get a lot out of this real quickly here. In terms of this preceding zone here, right? What was this? As we have 2 hits, the hit here, the hit here. That's a line of resistance. Can't get up above. Can't get up above. This line right here. Then what does that turn into? That turns into a relative line of support. Boom. Confirmed up and back to the upside, right? Ba-boom. So looking at the specified hit and framework here, right, from 3 lines, three pivots, hit, right? We have the establishment somewhat of a fan formation. And remember, as we zoom back out, this is just the top line of this potential bull flag. But what's going on up in this region to make us think that the specified falling wedge wouldn't go through, that we wouldn't either break out to the upside, right, or that we wouldn't recoup quickly? It is or was the notion that we had the entirety of this preceding fan formation, okay, that was pulling us down to a potential confirmation of prior resistance to support. So I looked at that this morning, early afternoon, etc. I'm like, and I had scoped that out. I'm like, I really see a fan. You know, I see this level of resistance to support. Boom, just really well laid out. So always look for the ways that your patterns are working together. Always take a look at I'd say at that and be able to project potential drop in. And this is nice, guys, in terms of this, a potential drop in the tether dominance back down to that level. Well, that would have indicated a move up in crypto. So, and that we were looking at the same. We look at this real quickly in terms of the chat feature. Really getting skeptical about leverage futures, as I've seen the exchange's algorithm seem to seek out accounts leveraging. Anyone else notice that? And what are your thoughts, please? Thanks. Yep, got that one. Yeah, you got that one, Pathfinder. Yeah, I just got to say, Frankie, I have no idea where you're trading. That's all I have to say. I have no idea where you're trading leverage. I trade on LBank, and I would just encourage you not to be overexposed and to enjoy your trading. And if you think that there's some sort of algorithmic issue with LBank, I sure would be interested to know that. Something we could definitely talk about. So what you would be the max leverage to use so as to avoid being targeted by the algorithms. 20x, 30x. I mean, you need to be reasonable by it. I don't want you to seem or to feel like you're paranoid on that. I would like you to try LBank first of all and confirm that you're signed up on LBank. If you're on KuCoin or anything that is out there like that, just to let you know, I'm going to let you know if you're on KuCoin or anything that's not licensed in the U.S. and you feel like, as we're watching BTC potentially break out of this specific falling wedge here, and you feel like the algorithms are targeting you, it may not be as much of the algorithms, or it may just be the fact that it's not a licensed exchange that you're trading on, and maybe there's a reason that it's not licensed. So I would say that I don't approve of KuCoin being traded on. I just don't. It's not licensed in the U.S., so we as a group aren't going to use it. Right? We're all over YouTube. We're all over the map. I just got a invitation to have dinner with the governor of Texas earlier today. I'm not going to be trading on an illegal exchange. I'm just not. And it's not like I'm not going to brag or anything else like that. But that's just, I'm not going to spread that for other people with your families, or your friends, or whoever We're just, that's not our group. It's not licensed. It's not a licensed exchange. We're going to be on a licensed exchange and reinforce good things. If you have a problem on an exchange like that, and again, I don't know where you're trading, but if it's an illegal exchange or an unlicensed exchange, I'm not sure there's a difference. But if there is, there may be a whole lot more problems with it than just the feeling of an algorithm. It's a complex algorithm. It takes, and I don't even want to discuss it because I'm just going to reinforce with LBank. We've had some success, and we would appreciate you guys trying it out on LBank. And I won't say that you're on KuCoin or anything else like that, but a lot of guys are, and they wonder why they're not having success trading. It's like, well, KuCoin's not even legit. It's not even authorized to use in the U.S. and people lose 95% of their accounts, 100% of their accounts, etc. That's maybe that's part of the reason they're not authorized, right? So LBank is authorized. That pinned tweet, you guys take a look at it. And I really don't want to give anyone advice on other exchanges. I just don't. Anything that may be an illegal exchange, etc. If you guys are trading on that, not in our group. I'm going to tell you, we're not posting charts on for Bybit or anything. It was just only VPN only, or it's only this. No, we're not doing that, guys. It's not worth it, guys. If you got to make money that way, it's a little bit. Come on. Don't put your money into something you're not even sure you can get it out of. Like, other people haven't had a problem. Just don't go there. That's not VIP. That's not what we're talking about. Period. At all. We can talk about the details in the back in terms of LBank. What's reasonable in terms of leverage. What's a 3L, 5L coin kind of replacement? 7, 10, 20. It depends on your abilities. I got to tell you, it depends on your ability to book positive trades. For a guy that can't book, or for a guy or girl in the market who couldn't book a positive trade, it doesn't know how to trade. It's definitely gonna it's gonna at least initiate the discussion. Should you trade at all, right? Should you trade at all if you can't book a positive trade? I always say that holders retire and options expire. Okay, holders retire, options expire. If you can't trade, if you can't sit down at your computer and hammer out 5 trades in a row, and I mean it, brother, whoever, and his sister, if you're listening to, like, guy or girl who may not be able to trade at all, that if you can't book 3, 4, or 5 trades in a row, kind of at will, then I'd probably stay away from trading altogether. Period. I would, and I would focus maybe on practicing your trading or something like that. But it really, in terms of involving your capital there, and part of that's going to be, do you have backup capital at all? Are you even using the correct strategy? Because in the the wrong mode of the market, etc. If it's an angry market, you can think you're a good trader, but if you can't sit down and book, like, can you book 4 or 5 trades in a row? Can you just do that anytime you want to? Can you sit down at a computer and book 4 or 5 trades? Like, that's the goal. If you can't, work on that. Let's say that instead of don't over-involve your cash, work on that to the extent that you also want all of your money to make millions of dollars in crypto. That's something that we feel we see a lot in crypto. And Angel's been around for a long time, and we discussed quite a few things. Just in terms of just the ordinary approach. I'm not sure if it's millennial Z, Generation X, whatever it may be, but the all-in approach, right, typically is by people who feel like either they're going to beat the rules, they're entitled to beat the rules, or they'll be able to, they kind of know in the back of their mind that they're going to risk going to zero, and they'll just have a replacement within maybe 3 to 4 months, 3 to 6 months. They'll have a replacement kitty amount of cash they'll put back in, and they'll do it right next time, right, pushing the limits. That's just not the ideal is to be able to hit 3 or 4 trades in a row. Like, get up in the morning. Can you book 4 or 5 trades in a row? Can you do that? That's the goal. If you can't, let's work on that first of all, and let's make sure that everybody's on a good exchange. That's very important to me, guys. People have gotten kicked out of VIP. They know this, huh? Everyone knows. It's like, I just don't want that discussed in the back in terms of, oh, I'm on this exchange, and it's a legal exchange. I'm not going to help people with technicals that are on a legal exchange. I'm not, guys. In terms of that, I'm just not going to show up like that. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to be the kind of group we got. Not gonna work. You ain't going to be looking at my technicals and trading on illegal exchanges and telling me, oh yeah, you're fronting cash out to, I don't know, guys. Where is the illegal exchange? I have no, some Bohemian, or was it Cayman Island, illegal stash account, and you're going to help make money with it. And I need to see your TA. Oh, really? Huh? An illegal Cayman Island stash account for crypto, and you want to work with my technicals? You're going to tell me you have that, and you want me to? Sure. Yeah, that's like never going to happen, right? That's just not it. There's too much opportunity in crypto to waste it on wanting to bend the rules, and it's not a killjoy to talk about it. It's just necessary that we talk about it. Then you guys have a little bit of time on the weekend. We'll relax. We'll talk about what's important, right? Period. We're grown men. We could do this. Like, this is a good talk. Our international components, like Pathfinder, for instance, Pathfinder's international, he may not have the same restrictions that we have as we look at this descending wedge here, the potential for the move to the upside. But as as the SEC currently is just a lawsuit against Uniswap. You guys know this, as the SEC is in the process. Had begun the process, I think, in November, of initiating an investigation into Uniswap. Did you guys get that? I believe an investigation into Uniswap recently here, related or unrelated, guys, but now there's some new litigation against Uniswap Laboratories in terms of the pump and dump or the scam or the bad coins, right? Guys in the back, they know me. We've had 100 VIP the first month. And I just tell you, there are people who chew through pump and dump stocks and brag about turning, $5,000 into 105 grand. Oh, really? On pump and dump stocks. And so everybody else just loses all their cash. They lose 99% of all the money that you're walking away, and you turn $5,000 into 105 grand. Oh, I see. Is that how that works? Yeah, those people get booted. I don't care if they give $100,000 in contributions to the station or to we don't need it like that, guys, at all. You can keep the cash, keep the pump and dump. Go do what you need to do. We like to trade, right? A lot of people here have a financial background or at least respect the fundamentals of technical analysis. So this isn't the group that's going to breach the rules. It's going to really cause a stink in that regard. Like, we're just I don't know. It's not worth it to us. So I bring up that aspect as well with Uniswap. That's going on. Like, did you guys know about the SEC investigation? That's on the books. You guys check that out. SEC investigation into Uniswap. Looking at also, the new litigation about scam tokens. It's just, at some level, it's just not worth it. If you guys can sit down and book trades, That's the idea. Sit down at the computer and book a trade. It doesn't need to take you 14 days or say 2 weeks to 3 weeks. It doesn't need to. It just doesn't. You can book it. You can book it at a lower time frame on leverage, right? To the extent that you can't do that. Well, not everyone can. I'm gonna tell you guys, not everyone can, and I've met a lot of guys that can and can do so in a very fast time frame, right? Trade open for way less than a minute, right? Catching price action, and for anyone who was in the back earlier today, the situation here in terms of that ascending triangle, interior ascending triangle, this thing flew up. When it decided to go, it really created some cash for people. It just did. Who could book the trade immediately? You sit inside an ascending triangle and bam, whatever leverage you on, you just cleared some cash. You just did. I don't care if you're on 125, you were on 5. You cleared cash. It was a nice move. It was nice to see that level of velocity by Bitcoin. We'd like to see that high velocity. What is velocity, guys? The level of, let's say, the level of positive price action, the amplitude that we achieve in said amount of time. Over what period of time we achieve what amplitude, what height, right? It goes up over what small period of time. The higher velocity is more height over a smaller amount of time. You guys got that? And let's talk about this. And you guys, if you're trading on something illegal, I'll just tell you, or that's not even sanctioned or whatever it may be, I just tell you this. Just maybe the GameStop, the AMC, maybe that stuff is a better approach for you. Why get in trouble? Why have any problems with even your account, or well, then you have cash that's not registered? Imagine you do really well, guys. This is the other deal, guys. No one thinks about this. When you're on KuCoin, you're on whatever else. Okay, great. What if you make $500,000, dudes? If you make $500,000 on KuCoin, what are you going to do? I'm just going to file my taxes just like regular. Oh, really? Really? Oh, no, I'm not, guys. I don't want $500,000 from KuCoin. I just don't. Nothing could make me want $500,000 from KuCoin. Not even $500,000. I would not take $500,000 from KuCoin. Period. Just put that on the little file for him to Uncle Sam. Like, hey, no problem. Here you go. It's just not worth it, guys. It's not worth it, guys. You guys know that, but the guys from overseas are like, man, America, so we're not going to America. It's okay. Pathfinder and everybody else, we're excited. Pathfinder may be the designated international liaison for that, because we have some exchange issues. I don't know why, but they don't want someone will get talked to and someone will have gotten pumped and dumped, and it's just a problem. You guys know this, and it's not cool to talk about, but at the same time, when I bring up, like, what are you going to do? Operate on an illegal exchange and make $500,000 or $2 million and just declare it as that's from my car wash, my cousin's car wash. Yeah, you guys are good enough traders. Some of you got to pay attention to some of this stuff, and be hiding around with whatever you got on some whatever, wherever you got it. It's not real legit, guys. That's not a fun way to be. In terms of flat top resistance on this 1 minute time frame, we just want you guys to be involved with good stuff. SVIP, it's a way to be. And if you guys move to Slovenia with Pathfinder, just he'll tell you all the right. Interesting though, Pathfinder, I think you told me as well that they have maybe some issues in and around. I won't repeat what you said, but some different kind of issues with crypto and kind of the approach to crypto in and around maybe some countries around Slovenia or something. Very interesting in terms of what puts people on the radar, what gets people like what gets people looking at you. It's interesting stuff, isn't it, guys? It's cash. You guys know it's cash money. It's a cash equivalent. As we would talk about, essentially almost a cash equivalent in terms of its liquidity. It's you send cash. You can with a wire. It's almost more liquid than cash. You guys know that in terms of ability to transfer, in terms of everything else. Let's look at what do we got here, and we'll talk about all that later, Frankie. I want to make sure that you're on LBank. That's the bottom line. I want to make sure, Frankie. I want to make sure that you're on LBank. And that's just bottom line. I want to make sure VIP and anyone else who asks me questions about leverage that you're not trading somewhere that I'm giving you advice or something like that on an exchange. Because a lot of people will trade on KuCoin, guys. I'm not saying that they won't, etc. But and I don't want to be a spoil sport, but I just want to make sure that you're on a legalized exchange so that we're just firing on all cylinders here. Flat top resistance indicated on this on BTC. This would be a nice discussion about an ascending triangle. Technically speaking, we have a few things working here. Okay, we would look at the possibility for price to continue up in a channel formation. Okay, that's something you'll typically see in the ascending triangle. With the I'd say with the fact here that we on the ascending triangle typically we want a perfectly flat line. This is slightly descending. It does make a difference. Okay, just so that you know, it does make a difference. So as we search for that flat line, if we were to look at the minute, also a bit of a difference. What really makes a difference, and I'll just bring this up, is the full definition, the required definition or componentry of an ascending triangle. Okay, typically it's going to require not just a first hitch in like this, the first pattern hitch in. If it's looping around and hitches into the to this upside here along the resistance to support, resistance, support. What we would like is along the framework here, okay, we would like multiple hits along the resistance, okay, the top line resistance, separate and apart from, and I'll say this, why don't we define it as after the original hit into the downside. Okay, so we'll want this hit. We would ideally like another hit. Okay, and so dropping in price will be favorable as we establish an opportunity for buyers to come into the mix, right? For buyers to come into the mix. And for a guy, I don't know where you're trading. For all I know, it could be Binance USA. It could be anything. I just don't know that. So and there's been nothing to indicate that anyone is traveling or traveling. I almost said just a joke. Just traveling to where is KuCoin legal? You guys know? I downloaded it when I first got into crypto, and I was like, this looks really cool. You know, see, I like all these ads. Like, this is really nice. And then I heard, like, people are on it, like, you're on KuCoin? Oh, my gosh. Then I heard people are on leverage on KuCoin. Like, you're on leverage on KuCoin. That's where they're doing leverage. So I couldn't trade leverage. I'm used to doing that. I couldn't trade leverage, and I'm just like, it was when I got into crypto, I'm like, this is awful. This is awful. I want to be on KuCoin. And I was like, nope, we're not going to do KuCoin in the group, etc. So it's not that, I mean, guys, there's you know, I don't know, 1 million people on KuCoin. That's fine. To the extent that, though, it's there's just heavier regulation right now. So I wouldn't let my friend trade on KuCoin. I just wouldn't. And I appreciate you guys being around me, and to the extent that anyone is. And it was Frankie. If you were, it's it's everybody is in chats daily about being on it. So maybe I'm wrong. If you want to correct me if I am wrong, that'd be great. And just let me know where you're trading. Let's see where that is. I'd be happy to know that. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not even illegal in your state, though I think it is in in all 50 states. So we'll look forward to finishing that up and getting everything on all firing cylinders in 2022. That'll be a good thing in terms of getting everything squared away like that. So we need another level of resistance hit across the top. We need another hit along support. Hammering into this level in this zone here, right, would be nice after establishing a further hit along support. And, right, we're looking at something that is a little bit more attractive, potential bull flag as well, with some deviation, right, with a little bit of deviation, certainly on the lowest time frames, the 15-second. As we go into the lower time frames, you'll get additional volatility here that's not expressed on the lower or in the higher time frames. So looking at this specific move here could be a nice move. This could be a nice specific trade here. We'll pay attention to this on the screen as an ascending triangle and an opportunity to potentially trade. And let's see what we got. I want to pull up Backroom VIP, make sure I'm not missing anything in the back. If Slim or Frankie, you or anybody else has posted charts, and here we go. Look at Slim in the back. What do we got? Such a nice bull flag. Where is this? On BTC. Yes, indeed. On the, you got that right, my man. That is just, that is a nice bull flag, isn't it? That's amazing, huh? That inverted bull flag is nice, isn't it? It's amazing. He's inverted the weekly chart there. It looks really nice in terms of a bull flag. So, digging into And let's see, digging into the details here on what do we got? Let me go pull up I just pulled up that back room to see if we'd missed anything there. And indeed, there was some information there we needed to discuss. And let's see, in terms of, let's just take a look at the, what do we got going on here? In terms of, let me see about, I'm looking at the chats right now, see if anyone has stated anything, but this is a potential trade coming up for Bitcoin. I hope you guys are doing well today. London with Bitcoin spike. Shout out to VIP. Chat with Frankie a little bit, and he didn't really let me know what he thinks. But we were talking about overseas exchanges, etc. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions, whatever you guys think. Kind of what's going on with your mindset on that. It's just really important as we would look at building the right trade group. I want to hear what you guys think as well. Frankie included, everybody. New and old VIP. Angel's been around for a long time, 10 plus years, crypto, and he's seen it change a lot. He really has in terms of this breakout of the descending line of support, descending line of resistance. And I don't want to get Angel going on it. I just got, I can imagine with, who has the right to tell anybody about, anybody else's money is the big thing, like conservative mindset. I'll just tell you guys, I'm a former, you guys know this, I'm a former, as we talk about it, presidential advisor. Right, so it's when we talk about things like a conservative mindset, like what's the government telling me what to do with my money? It's my specific money, right? That's a conservative ideal, a conservative framework. Nonetheless, the government has got increasingly interested in telling us what to do. You guys know that. So let me pop a look at this real quick. It looks like we have a chat. What's going on? Already in a trade from 39,950. 39,950. Well, that's great. Yes, that's really great. 39,950. Good. Let's see. 39,950. Now 39,950. All right. Let's see on the 15-second. 39,950. Don't think 39,950 got hit. Ulix, I don't think 39,950 got hit in this zone here. Let's look back to this zone here. Maybe you're in a trade from way back here. It's possible you were in a trade from 39,950 from way back in here, right? Would have been nice for you to trade and sell it and then rebuy it up in here, because 39,950. 39,950 maybe up in this zone, but yeah, we'd like to. That's good. You're in a trade, man. If you want to be in VIP, you are welcome. You're welcome to join our. Maybe on Binance. That's fine. Maybe you would be welcome to join our VIP if you'd like to discuss things with our trade group. This kind of a designated. You see the exclusive VIP on top. We welcome you to join our VIP. Just the bottom line, congratulations on everything you're doing. And if you'd like to do them with our group, next time if you're a member of our group, you won't get your comment removed. And if anyone else shows up when you're in our group, then they will get removed, their comment removed, and you can hang out with us and trade all day. You can do that. We look forward to inviting you and all the other strong traders in the market to join us. #1 trade group, guys. You guys know that. Shout out to Angel. I keep this exclusive for you and the VIP. You know this. You know this, right? Without a doubt. Indeed. Yeah, you did get picked up on Binance. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I booked where you got in, I booked 125x. So good job. I'm sure you're doing well. I hope you're doing great. Thanks for stopping in. And let's see what we have in terms of the price action for Bitcoin. Let's take a closer look at that ascending triangle attempt at that lower level before I got distracted of someone hopping in to brag that they were booking a trade. That's good. We're excited about that. But again, we would like you to be in our trade group to communicate to our traders. Right? I don't see if you're trading why you wouldn't want to be in a trade group. That doesn't make much sense. But if you want to go to another channel where maybe it's not so selective or exclusive, then please go shout out in terms of what you're doing there. And I think that'd be great. That would be really great. And if you would like to join again, you're welcome to join. That's why we stream, is to get to know new people. So yeah, out of all sincerity, we'd love to have you join, or anybody else. It's $100 a month. So with a single good trade that apparently you're good at, you could cover the cost of being in a solid trade group of being in the number one trade group. And I'll just state that because that's the truth, the number one trade group. And we know that in terms of the details of Angel being around since $7.79 in Bitcoin. He ain't going to be in anything but, guys. He bought in Bitcoin between $7 and $8, period. So yeah, it just is what it is. So some people want to step up and play real ball, and other people just want to be the typical, right? The typical stream interrupter, bragger, attention seeker, whatever it is. That's fine. So, but we welcome anybody. With that said, we welcome anybody, including anybody who makes a comment, etc. But I'm always going to keep those comments to be exclusive for VIP, without a doubt. And I'll do that for anyone else who joins. That's just the way we roll. All right. So, looking at the framework, if we do break down, it is, guys, I'm going to say potentially, because we don't have that flat top. The more that we get that flat top together and just perfectly flat, guys, we want this perfectly flat across the top, then we need to push up price in an ascending fashion. It's not over yet, but looking at that flat top, it's just real attractive to the buyers. You guys know that on the smaller time frames, just extremely attractive to the buyers, right? So the pour down, is it enough to really attract buyers up to this level, right? A flat top will do it, you guys. A lot of the times, flat top will bring buyers in along a level of, you know, to give the inclination of ascending triangle. You guys know that. It just will. It just that's what the buyers are looking for. They're looking for a flat top, and it's actually indicative of the fact that the buyers are in the market, right? That the buyers are there taking, boom, exactly at the preceding level, right? So it's that presence of buyers which does allow price to move up, right? So let's see what we got going on. Shout out to all the VIPs today. Shout out to Frankie. Been chatting a little bit with Frankie. He's a relatively new VIP. Let's see if we can get some pictures going. Let's see what we got here. I got a shout out. Yo, Amos, what's up, my man? Really nice picture. Salt of the earth kind of guy. I am wealth, he says. To Sean, my man. Sean, how are you, sir? Sean's just getting the technicals down in the back. I think he's already, he might have read the book or something. I'm not sure what's going on. He's doing well. Chris, my man, what's going on? What is up, boss man? Looking forward to seeing how you develop as a trader, what your trades are going like. Steve-O, boom, in the house. Look at Steve's setup. My man, nice screens, nice approach. And Frankie, in the house. Frankie, what's up? Frank, in the house. Just new VIP. Awesome. We got, I'm going to go through the rest in a little bit here. We got Craig. Hope you're having a good day as well. We got a list here. I know Slim's in the audience, so I got to go through Slim. He's got the Terminator Doge pistol, Defender of Doge, Doge Country, period. We have Pathfinder, my man, Path, Slovenian International Connection. Awesome dude. Luke in the house. The quintessential family man. Cool dude. VIP for a long time. Great guy. Richard, former U.S. military from Korea. What is up, my man? And Vlad in the house. Ladies, man, he is top shelf VIP, guys. Have to tell you that. Also, AJ Crypto, and you'll see all the pictures there along the bottom. AJ Crypto, my man. I hope everything's well with the family. AJ is one of the top execs at one of the top places that you guys would be amazed if you knew what all he did. He's a cool guy. Has a lot of cool stuff going on. I hope that last project you discussed with me, AJ, is going extremely well or is already done. That'd be great. If is there a department here just to get everything done that I started? Wouldn't that be nice? It's on big projects. That would be nice. I just kind of laugh at that because that's, you know, can we outsource the rest of this idea? I have a great idea. I'd just like to outsource it to the rest of the company. But yeah, AJ's a very, very solid executive, and just want to let you guys know that's just VIP. He's a good friend too, great friend, and it's exciting to see what all will happen in 2022. 2022. For some reason, AJ, I just keep thinking $1 million challenge for you. I just do. I don't know why. I just keep thinking that. So hopefully you're around. And we shout out to Josh in the bottom right of your screen. $1 million champ from 2021. And appreciate all that credit that you gave me there. Just a nice note that you wrote there for me, Josh. Josh in the house. So just VIP chilling. You guys doing well. So looking at the potential for a pickup here, this is what we start to do with something that's not perfect along the top. We'll still draw it out within a little bit of a deviance here, a little bit of deviation from that. I'd say the ideal flat top here, right? We have this drop. We have that drop. It's not as attractive to buyers. You guys know that. Buyers could have brought price up to that specific preceding level. Instead, they failed to push it up to that level. Okay, so on the breakout of the falling wedge, it just is what it is, right? We can still kind of hold on to, and we do. When we're trying to formulate these, we try and hold on to somewhat of an ascending level of support. You guys know that. We try and hold on to what we can and see, can buyers get in? Is it enticing enough? Is it flat enough? This is, as you guys will wait for a trade to potentially take, this will be kind of the framework that you go into. It's like assessing the technicals. The flat top isn't there. A little bit of a drop here on the 15 seconds. A little bit of a drop on the 5 second. We'll go down to the 1 second time frame. It's still a drop on the 1 second. So we can't line this up on any time frame. Let's see if there's any other time frame or way that, we'll hunt the time frame, guys, to see if there's a way that we can come up with a flat top on any of the time frames. Right, and as we watch this just slowly capitulate, it's indicative of the fact that buyers just may not be extremely aggressive in terms of getting into that pattern. It's just the bottom line, right? Let's reframe into the fake out that we had today. I don't know, guys. I don't believe that the VIP just slammed into this. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but in the back, the goal was to get in, buy its support, sell it resistance, right? Buy its support, boom. Nice job to anyone who, any VIP, etc., who decided to buy its support today. That's how we start every, just say, reframing the technicals and strategy all the time. What is it? Buy its support, sell it resistance, right? Trade your patterns as we would look at trading the symmetrical triangulation, and then hitting your targets as we would talk about the Fibonacci's on retrace, etc. But buying at support, selling at resistance was a nice framework to get into today. The breakout on anything other than the 5-minute chart just didn't have the get up and go. Just didn't have it. So we had to say a bit disappointing for BTC. We could have just gotten up and out on a weekend, nonetheless. It would have been nice on a weekend to get up and out of this triangulation. Would have been a massive move, potentially, for Bitcoin. So let me check out the chat real quickly, see what we got going on. I hope you guys are doing well, having a good weekend. Want to hear about your trades. Frankie, we've been talking. What you've been? That's the best question to ask you. What have you been trading? If you're talking about different leverage options, etc., what have you been trading? That'd be one of the best things for me to know. VIP, let me know what you're trading. There we go. I'll put that in the chat real quick. I really want to know. And Frankie, shout out to you. Let's see if we got it now. Barely holding on to the notion of an ascension here. Barely holding on to it, guys. Nice move. A little bit off from a symmetrical triangulation. I think we would agree with that. If we're looking at symmetrical triangulation, we would look for a literal symmetrical triangulation. We're not within the context of a literal symmetrical triangulation. We are angled to the upside. So the more that we would establish the flat top here, we'd be looking at that ascending triangle framework. So we are in I'd say a near, how do you want to define this? I don't want to say a hybrid pattern, but it gets close, right? You want to call it almost a hybrid pattern. We have somewhat of a symmetrical triangulation with some trappings of an ascending triangle. It is angled upward, so either a hybrid or it's a triangulation that fails to meet the full definition of an extremely bullish, what would essentially be a reversal at this point in time, right? Doesn't have all the requirements for a full reversal. Let's just say that. In terms of that flat top resistance, buyers coming in, that would meet the full requirements. But if we can get up and out, it would be nice. It would be nice. Buyers just barely holding on to that. You saw price dip down below and price reset in this zone. Price will do that. You guys know price will do that as you watch your levels of support and resistance. If you're anxious in terms of your trades, if you're a little bit frightened in terms of your, which is, let me say this: we do have a flat top in this zone. This is noted in this zone, a flat top here. So we've noted that flat top in this zone. Okay, any flat top, we want to notice it. Bottom line, the indication of the presence of buyers. We're paying attention. Okay. And essentially, the ascending triangle that we found in the back today, just to let you guys know, we found this. We like to trade ascending triangles. I've said it a million times. You guys know that. This ascending triangle, boom, really nice upward trajectory in terms of that. Very nice. Along a level of support, an established level of support, and The important thing here is the following. When we talk about this level of support, we kind of contravene some rules in terms of an ascending wedge. Normally they're bearish, right? So we did contravene that rule that they're normally bearish. We just got up and out. We didn't even return to it, which is a if we want to get into like maybe a lightweight pattern, a lightweight, right? A lightweight. Let me just go ahead and lock this fib wedge down. But this, as we look at this, the specific level of support, specific level of resistance, right? What I say is we have a heavyweight level of support compared to maybe a lightweight, if you want to call a rising wedge ever a lightweight bearish pattern. But in the context thereof, we did have a contradiction, almost a near contradiction on the 1 minute, because the 1 minute is kind of like the feature that we're looking at right now. It is, as we would designate this up, the 1 minute, and this is kind of really the second, it's interesting, it's kind of the second look we would have at a pattern that's close to an ascending, right? Close to an ascending triangulation that isn't, an ascending triangle always has a flat top. Ascending triangle with a flat top and the ascending line of support. So to the extent, and where we're headed with this is the following. We don't have a flat top on either one of these. Okay, so it's just a little bit different. We do, in the market, we certainly do get perfect representations of a flat top, period, to meet the actual classic textbook definition of the ascending triangle. On the minute time frame, it's just close to being flat, guys. It's close, but it's not quite there. So there's a little bit of deviation. If we wanted just to cut through it and draw it flat, sure, we can, without a doubt. We can do that and omit these areas. We just like them perfectly flat, guys, and we spend a lot of time in the back, etc., trying to make sure that they're perfect. Now, the perfection came in this zone, irrespective of the entirety of that macro. The perfection came in this zone. As you guys recall that in the back today, we're hunting patterns, and it's a lot of what it takes, guys. Hunting patterns. For anyone who got into this, I don't think you had time to get out of it. I'm going to tell you guys that when it really shot up, it really, boom, it really took off. They're up and above. I mean, let's focus on the close. You guys see that? Close in terms of that top line. Looks like buyers are coming to the market, guys. If you're trading, if you're in the green already, congratulations on your trade. That was a mean kind of whipsaw right there. Yeah, there it goes. Now we have a flat top. Nice on the 15-second. Nice to see that. Buyers are immediately encouraged by a flat top. I'm going to tell you guys, immediately encouraged by that flat top that just got set. That kind of whipsaw moment to the upside. A little bit of complication now by the preceding zone. That preceding just ever so slightly higher high. Now, you see the flat top here. I can move that horizontal line right there. Now, we are perfectly flat. You see what I mean? Perfectly flat. That's what we want, guys. That's exactly what we want. Bam. Buyers are in the market. That's the presence of buyers in the market. When we talk about, I'd say, the technicals involved, just understand the following, that the description of the technicals, they may fail, guys. They just may fail. It may mean that you don't book a trade, or that you stay out of a trade, or that you lose a trade, right? That's the way it is. You may lose a trade. Always be prepared to lose a trade. That's it. Always be prepared to lose a stack, right? As you would approach your strategy, like how many stacks you got? You're gonna roll with some stacks. You're gonna trade heavily, right? Just be prepared to have backup stacks. We talk about that for a year, guys, a year plus, in terms of just me, but you guys as well. Like, just have some backup stacks. You'd like to create more of those backup stacks and just continue to generate more. May be ideal, but guys, it can be done. I've known VIP that have been extremely successful in the market, so we're looking forward to you guys being nothing but that this year. And yeah, if you guys let me know what you're trading, I'd like to know. Frankie, we're chatting a little bit. I don't know what happened in terms of let me know in terms of the leverage, etc., what you were asking about. What do we have in terms of the ascending line of support? Now, this is where it may start to take some time from us. We don't need to necessarily have the time taken from us. Let's trade. All right. So what we tried to accomplish here, and it's a great example. You guys know this is a great example of what just happened. Because we had a little bit of a descension in this zone. We didn't have a perfect pattern, right? We were talking about, well, maybe it is going to be a descending, or I'd say somewhat more of a symmetrical triangulation. We could break out of it. Potentially the upside, it could be counted as a an ascending triangle, you guys know the markets. You guys do know the markets, because when you trade, it's like, okay, now we have a flat top. Okay, great. So the entire last, this is what's important here. So the last 30 to 45 minutes in this zone, it's gone. Now we get to repeat that 30 to 45 minutes potentially as we step into the framework of establishing a perfect ascending triangle. We're still going to be in the same zone here. I'm just going to pull this forward because now we have the perfectly flat top. So it's really like a reset. Is it necessary from this preceding zone? I'll say with the perfectly flat top that we can incorporate this irrespective thereof and just maybe a bit more conservative on the measurement. Maybe we'd go between this zone and this zone, maybe somewhere in here, just kind of a medium level approach of, I'd say, the amplitude move to the upside. But again, the market pushes us. I told you guys the other night, it wants our time, right? How much time are you going to spend in your trade? That's one of the most important things that you assess when you get into the trade, because your money's going to be locked up in it, right? The duration of your trade, and you want to maximize the use of your money, right? So to the extent that let's say that equation or the variable of how long that component of how long your money will be in the trade is complicated by a move like this, well, what are the buyers starting to do? Well, they're definitely going to keep this on the map right here, right? We're going to spend 30, 45 minutes talking about this, right? Okay, but it's going to now flatten out. And what are we going to do? We're going to keep it on the map. We're going to keep it on the radar, right? But that wasn't the trade. We wanted the trade. That was 30, 35 minutes, man. We just spent 35 minutes on that trade. We wanted to see that pattern work out, right? So, come on, Bitcoin. That's pretty much that. Come on, Bitcoin. What do you got going on? We came to trade you. We didn't come to watch you just, watch you range is fine. Preceding low is a nice level of a pickup. In addition, we could say that preceding level of resistance to support feature is roughly indicated, guys. On the candle wicks, you're going to be just a bit under that. But depending upon your time frame, would that technically count as a hit along prior resistance? Yeah, we'd say that was a rough confirmation on that preceding line of resistance. And let's take a look at the perfect time frame for that. I just don't, I'm going to say that yes, roughly, because to have to hunt back and through 5 minute does express that. The 5 minute will express that, let me say that relatively well. But I don't like to hunt through the time frames and then say yes on, on 1 out of the 15 time frames, it is expressed as such. It either is or it isn't. So with this kind of, I'd say the dramatic wick to the upside, it's just that, that's not necessarily an easy entry to make. You can go to the 5 minutes, and then you could have said, well, we should have gone to the 1 minute. You could go to the 1 minute and say, well, we should have been on the 5 or on the 15 second or the 5 second. You guys know that. So I'm not going to excuse when there is a level of variance between the time frames. I just won't do that, guys. If it's clearly indicated, if there's confirmation amongst the time frames, right? If there is a demonstrated level of uniformity or agreement amongst the time frames, that's when we get excited. Right? To have to go to the 5 second and just call it as the 5 second, as yeah, that was the zone where we did receive the confirmation from prior resistance to support. We could note that the 5 second is playing well right now. Well, I mean, we could. That's important for us to note that the 5 second is playing well right now. To the extent that we would go there and beyond, right? The problem would be, well, the 5 seconds playing well right now, but if we go into the 1 second, into the 1 second, we didn't confirm. Okay, so look at the resistance down to, I guess we're still underneath that. You start to look at these, the time frames as requiring more agreement than I'd say, what would you guys say? Than conflicting, than presenting conflicting signals. So let's just. All to say, some people will only trade on one time frame, just so that you know that. Some people will literally take the approach. I'll just tell you that, choose your favorite time frame, stick with it, and book your trades. All right, we find success at times, whether it be like on the Doge monthly. Sometimes we'll find some on the Doge monthly or a BTC monthly. You guys know that on the monthly chart on BTC or the weekly chart on BTC, we'll find some hidden gems there. You guys know that. To the extent that the lower time frames are a bit conflicted. I've been researching that guys, I've been taking a heavy look at that, and all I'll say, guys, is that there's even variety amongst the exchanges in terms of some of the, I'd say, those lower time frame variables. That's all I'll say right now. I would encourage you guys to look into that and see what you could find out. Maybe find out what's kind of going on there. Yeah, just pay attention to that. Would appreciate you guys paying a little attention to those lower time frames cross exchange. Which exchange do you use? We look at BTC maybe making a move to the upside here. Currently at 40. What about 40,389? Just about that price. Would like to see a move to the upside in line with the amplitude here of. And yeah, let's choose this as this zone in here as a let's see, an amplitude move to the upside. Let's see if we can carry amplitude up, understanding that we have a little bit of variation from the preceding zone that is within or internalized here from this level of support, level of resistance, right? Let's see if we can pop this for just a touch here. Won't be as strong of a move as the preceding zone here, both on the first original move up here, nor on the entirety of the move, which did more than advance the amplitude of this preceding triangulation here. Again, the triangulation wasn't perfect at the lower level. Maybe that'll give the buyers a little bit more, I would say just a little bit more, I'd say, willingness to hammer into this specific level, because this here, in terms of the amplitude, and the difference is the further we move this back and include this preceding level here, that first amplitude, the first pivot in here, the further that we do bring this back, essentially, the deeper that triangulation will be and the higher target we would be able to achieve. You guys know that, right? The further that we move out here, or the further that we move back, we're going to be having a shorter amplitude here to the right, a shorter height, or a deeper, or let's say a higher amplitude here to the left. So we would like to include this. That would be nice. And man, I don't know who was trading last night. If you guys saw anything at all last night, man, after I cut the stream off, etc., I was looking at price and I was like, nothing is moving. Literally nothing was moving. Like right now we have some movement on the board. You'll see some things starting to flicker here and there, but stagnancy, when you see things just still, nothing is moving, you know, is bad, right? When you like, we want price action, and it can just be kind of a hypnotic thing. It's like, you know, you're staring at nothing moving, literally no flashes. A few flashes here, a few flashes. Just look at the board right now. What do you see in terms of price action? Just absolute stagnance, right? Look at the price action on the right. What's moving? Barely anything, guys. We're in a market. We're trying to get things moving. Price is stuck, literally stuck. Now, I understand how the exchanges are working and how tight the spreads are, but guys, when price is not updating, like, give me a break. Is it consolidating? What is going on? Let's go to the 1 second. Why aren't you moving? Right? Why are you not moving? Let's go to the 1 second on the Binance chart. Why are you not moving? I get to this. I was here last night. Why is price barely, there we go, barely moving? Let's make sure on the other exchange. Barely moving. Just not what we want when what we demand is price action. You guys know this. It's like, that's great. Keep it open on the weekend and keep the price moving. That is the idea. We have got to have price move. We've got to have the price action. So when I see the slowdown like this, it just reminds me, now are exchanges collecting price orders at a price for a reason? Potentially along a level of support, or potentially upon maybe they're gathering orders. You know, we could say that there was a small pause here. You guys remember there was a small pause here? We hitched up, and then before on this ascending triangle that I brought in the back, right? It paused here for a bit. You guys remember that in the back? It paused here for a bit. Next thing you turn around, and poosh, it had gone up. So were they collecting orders at price to carry up? Potentially, yeah. It's not unlike this circumstance here in terms of just an absolute just freeze on the price. Not exactly. We don't like to watch the price crawl. You guys know it's like, get going, move. We have positions. We have trades we want to execute. We have traders that are trading. VIP are trading. We want price to move, right? So, you know, I'm not outspoken about that, but I mean, I guess I am to the extent that I want price action. You guys know when we stream, we want price action. It's really simple. We don't want to look at a board that's frozen, right? Is anything moving? What's moving right now? As I look at the board, And you guys can see when something moves. Look here on the right. You can tell when something's moving, changing, getting hit, doing something. Move, right? As we look at this, we have to move. It has to happen. We have to get into a position where price is moving. Let me see what Angel's saying. London's TA, bullseye. Well, my brother, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. And nobody knows price action like Angel. We have to have that price action. And I just want to tell you that really means a lot to me, Angel, and I really appreciate you taking time while you're at the Stogies bar. There we go. And that's just really cool that VIP was front and center there, and that you're having a good time there. It's important to me that you're having a great time. Nothing like a good stogie with some VIP in the house. I have that Cohiba lighter. I forgot. I mean, you know that, but we have a Cohiba lighter for the VIP of tenure, and that's going to be a nice lighter with VIP engraved on. I have the lighters. We formulated some cards, VIP cards, and they didn't work out the way I wanted them to. I think they're currently they're MIA if they're anywhere. They look cool, but they're just, I don't know. They had too much gunk on it. It didn't work out the way I wanted it. So I got Cohiba lighters instead with VIP. Really nice, heavy duty, like a heavy feeling lighter. So in terms of the specific ascending triangle, we would, let's just go ahead and measure the move to the upside that we would get from the current, status here, about almost a quarter of a point. Okay, so almost a quarter of a point, about 0.22%. So wouldn't be a bad move, about a quarter of a point. Looking at the, let me reframe this and just put this in about the 1 minute time frame. FXS is currently around a bit. Reminds of USDT.D, doesn't it? Just that kind of the framework of a slow rounding along this level of resistance and support on the 4 hourly. I think you guys will see. You headed home. You plugged in. Okay, you going home? I had enough of the Stogies action. Good man. Let me put this on here. Nothing like having a good stogie, huh? Hanging out for a bit and having the group watch TV and cigar bars. A lot of business done there. Glad you had a good time and had a little bit of a trip on Saturday. I want to put that there. And we got Angel getting plugged back in. Yeah, huge. That's just huge. That makes these streams fun. You guys know this. We got a little bit of action. Maybe he'll, I don't know what he'll be up to. I'm sure he's been just having fun on a Saturday. Looking at Doge real quickly. Guys, maybe a bit of a bull flag formation here. Are we in a bull flag? Let's check it out on Doge. You guys ready to trade Doge? Anybody on leverage? Anybody doing something exciting? Potential breakout of this top line formation. Not a very accommodating flag. We saw a nice flag earlier, right? That was being looked at right in the beginning of the stream. Yeah, you guys know this, huh? A little bit tough. You had to play those specific Fibonacci's. Anybody who hit their Fibonacci's, right? You can hit those fibs on futures, on leverage. You guys know this. You can compound down on leverage, right? It's hard to argue with compounding down on leverage positions. And let's look at this 3L. I would say 3L, 5L. Let's stick with 3L, 5L in terms of what you're looking at on your leverage positions. We'll just stick with that in terms of compounding on levels of Fibonacci. You guys have those charts right now too. Fortunately, those charts are on Gate now, and we would have to apply that to anyone who could still trade on Gate. That's in VIP. There are still people on Gate. Let's look at Bitcoin about to take off. As Dogecoin's doing well. So BTC in this zone here, potential for a strong move to the upside. Could be a nice quarter of a point move. Doge really got up and went, guys, from that lower level. I'm going to measure that from the 86. From that 86, bam, nice. That is our level. Boom, nicely done. The 86 on Doge. Way to go, guys. That's a 0.66% move to the upside. And again, guys, if you are, let me look at this. If you are unleveraged, that's a nice move. You guys know that. Congratulations, anybody booking trades. And guys, price is moving. People are trading. You guys know this. Price is moving. People are trading, right? These small moves in here. People are trading, right? They're trading. They're making money. They're profiting from these moves. Okay, so to the extent that you're not, we just encourage you to maybe try and refine the trade game in 2022, right? The bigger moves obviously are more attractive to the traders, without a doubt. The bigger moves are what we look for, but there's no reason not to trade throughout the day. You guys know this. There's just no reason not to trade. And really, guys, has there been a single day that we haven't identified a pattern or something to trade? As we look at it, let me see if I can just go. Let me see if I can get. Hey, there we go. There's Doge on the left, huh? And there's Cody. I don't want Cody. I want BTC on the right. This is going to have to be dropped back down. Let's see what we got on 4. If I go 4 here, we got near Cody, BTC. That's not bad there, guys. On the top right, we got BTC. On the left, we got Doge. The Doge in the house. I hope you guys like Doge. If you're new or otherwise, we don't always stream about Doge, but we did stream a ton in 2020. One about Doge, pretty much all the price action to the upside after it got going. Normally we'll wait for something to get going, like prove to us that you can move. Wait to go. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's hit this to the upside. Continue. Baby, let's go. Let's go. There we go. Some price action. We need to see that price action. It's what enables profits. It generates profits. You guys know this. Congratulations to any VIP. As I say, VIP, did your screen turn green? Okay, and I mean that on L-Bank. It's a pinned tweet there. Did your screen turn green? Because on L-Bank, when you're on leverage in the future section, you slide it up to 20x or 50x or 100x or 125x. On BTC, your screen turns green. All right, and it's nice because you'll see the position all of a sudden, just become green. So that's what we talk about all the time. Is like, I want your screen to turn green. That's the idea there. So Doge got up and out early. You guys saw that on the top left. Got up and out early. Nice move. BTC held back just a bit, and we do have an inverted head and shoulders here. You guys see that inverted head and shoulders here with the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder? Yeah, we have that kind of going on as well. So we're watching that. And we just have this flat top here. Price just seems really slow, doesn't it? I don't know about you guys. It just seems real slow. Oh no, somebody just took the keys out of the ignition. You guys know this, huh? I guess we're currently at this level. We got spoiled today, didn't we, guys? The VIP in the back, we called that ascending triangle. And bam, that was something else, huh? That move earlier on BTC was unbelievable, guys. That was the kind of price action. That was Bitcoin spike stuff. You guys know this. Boom. That was a big move. You guys know that's Bitcoin spike, huh? We caught that in the back, that move. Interior framework here. It was an internal pattern, a little bit tricky. Internal ascending triangle. Bam. You guys see you don't have a lot of time. And I normally say like 1, 2, 3 is the third time the charm, right? In this situation here, it's like you can only push against that line of resistance so many times, and boom. Nice move. Spike, right? Bitcoin spike. Looking at this one, a little bit lackluster in terms of this. We'll see if we're due for a confirmation along previous level of resistance. Can we formulate it into support? Let's see what she does. Let's see what we're going at. Let me see what we got in terms of Angel. Oh, there we go. Frankie got an account on L-Bank. We'll be using it going forward. My man, way to go. Hey, no one knows otherwise. I've talked to people in crypto for a long time. They don't even know about L-Bank. It's a relatively new exchange, and I think you'll really like it. And I'd like to hear your report back in terms of any algorithm or any kind of unfair use that you feel that it's employing against you, Frankie. Without a doubt, please let me know that. Because I think you'll really like it. I really, really think you'll like it. And Angel shouting out to Frankie. Oh, in the house. What's up? Frankie, you got Angel shouting out to you. Let's see what we got. Angel commenting, and I'm so glad to hear that you'll be on L-Bank. This can be really exciting. Shout out to Amos as well. I know Amos, you're in the process of getting some things allocated to L-Bank to trade. As we're watching BTC on the top right, fluster along top level resistance. You guys know earlier today there wasn't any slowdown. There was just boom. There's explosive price action. Now she is crawling. Now she is going to agitate after he got up and out. Now she wants to agitate people. Let me see what Angel has. Just trying to get motivated here in my garage. Thank you. P.S. Nicole's shouting out, "Hey Nicole, what's up, Nikki? Nice to hear from you. Are you hungry?" There she goes. There she goes. Because last time I asked Nikki last time, I was like, "What's for dinner?" Yeah, so that's the way to do it. Way to go, Nikki. One day soon, and I hope so. We get together for dinner. Something. It'll be fun. Be a blast. I don't mean to distract, but when when letting your life participate any way which possible, letting your life participate, it's uplifting. There we go. Keeps me sharp. Personally speaking, NFA. There we go. Frankie, yo. There's Frankie shouting out to Angel as well. What's going on? He says, what's going on, Angel? Hope you're having a good weekend. Bam. And this is just fun stuff. We got just cool dudes, huh? We got a cool group of people. And I just have we don't like hang out, we don't get together, but we're always on the market. Yeah, I think I somehow you guys must all know this is a really cool group, right? If you knew the guys behind the guys, not the guys behind the guys, but the guys behind the entirety of the group, like from Pathfinder to Slim to Freddie to everybody's got something cool going on. It's just we're cool people. Like in terms of the group overall, it's just a cool group, and it's not it's just the people throughout the space of crypto that have either done well or they've wanted to do the absolute best. That's the bottom line, and they want to be separated from. Just so you guys know, you're amongst a group that wants to be separated from the average quote unquote retail trader, and you just want to demolish the market. Like that's the bottom line. You really want to get after it, and there's that just says a lot about you guys. You know this. It says a lot about you that you want to be in the upper tier of being able to operate in the market. You just don't want to just kind of know what's going on. You really want to hammer it, right? You really want to hammer the market, and that's just it's rare to meet people who really they just don't want to kind of play the market, kind of know what's going on. No, they really want to take it to the next level. They want to be absolutely just capable in the market as anybody else who participates in the market, and that's we're excited about that. We're definitely excited about that. Just what a cool group, huh? You got to say that's just. I mean, it would be admirable to kind of know that someone's trying to achieve that in the market. To find a group like that, which is VIP, which is just like here, guys, it's just really cool. I got to say it. That's not even It's just nice when it's not a sales pitch, right? That's just what it is. It is what it is, and it's not easy. That's one thing. As I was talking to somebody this morning, I was just like, remember the easy street is, it's easy streets right next to kind of Penny Lane, isn't it? I was telling somebody that this morning, and I was just like, that's just easy streets over there by Penny Lane. Literally, we ain't on easy street. We may not, we don't grow up on easy street. We're, the market ain't going to be like that. Life's not going to be like that. But nobody said it was going to be easy. And it's not supposed to be. It's just supposed to be worth it, right? Nothing easy is worthwhile. You guys know that. So looking at a little bit of a frustration, see what we got here. Angel, let me read out. It's always a fabulous day when you're plugged into the market trading, and most importantly, have your honey. There you go. At your arm. That's good, man. At arm's length. Yo, Nico. My phone automatically says Nicolette. I don't know why. And I'm going to put Nicolette. I don't know why it says that. My phone, when I type that in, it just automatically says Nicolette. I don't know why. So that'll be a joke maybe between me and her. That's just funny. My phone automatically wants to type in Nicolette. I don't know why. But you see Angel and Nikki on top. And we just have a lot of fun, guys. A lot of late night streams, talking and joking around, having a good time. So if you guys don't know maybe the cast and crew yet and around here, it's just us hanging out, all of us, including all you guys, as much as you want to talk or whatever you got going on. We're here. So let us know what you're doing for the weekend, etc. So yes, a problem. Is it a solution? There we go. Is it a solution? Yeah, I'd say it's a solution. Okay, potentially another solution that we have here, right? In terms of another flat top, this is it, guys. Let's almost get rid of, to some extent, we're ready to get rid of this descending wedge here, right? Let's put in the framework. Let's go back just a touch here. But we do have this flat top at this level now. Here we go, winding our way up. But we lose the framework and we potentially cost ourselves more time. Right, we potentially cost ourselves more time. The nice thing as we look at this, the nice thing about a descending wedge, guys, this is the nice thing about a descending wedge, is we shouldn't have to deal with all these preceding highs behind this level of resistance. You guys know that. we do at times, but it would just be nice not to have to. We have a clear line, an established line of resistance. That's the whole mindset behind a bull flag. You guys know that behind a falling wedge, we look at a bull flag, right? We have always, and they are hurdles, guys, but within a nicely formed bull flag, you guys know once we're out, up, and over, we have to clear that first level here. But do we have to clear every single preceding high and literally just step up and through here? I mean, you start to look at it, it's like, well, that's why we have the line of resistance, expectation of the buyers, and we like the moments. Let me just say, we like the moments when the buyers can power through either the bull flag level of resistance, the entirety of that, or this, the contained price action within a descending wedge fits in that same category, without a doubt. So looking at the framework here, let's dig into where we're at on Doge as well. Let's keep that first and foremost. It looks like Doge is a little bit excited in terms of pricing. It's nice to see it push up along the level of resistance. Let's go to the 5 minute, the 1 minute. Take a look at the 1 minute and see how she's doing. I know that Freddie's trading today. Freddie, what are you trading, bro? What is going on, my man? I want to know what is going on with you in the market today. It's important for me to know what you're doing, man. I want to hear it. Sean, I want to hear what you're doing. Slim, Pathfinder, Frankie, everybody. Luke, Chris, I want to hear what you're doing, Chris. Vlad, yes, Vlad, I want to hear what you're doing in the market, big man. And let's see who else we got. Guys, we got a whole bunch of guys. We got Amos, we got AJ Crypto, we have Angel in the market. Without a doubt, I'd like to hear what Angel's doing in the market, what you got going on in the market. And let's see. It's a good group right now. Good group that's chatting here. So we talk about this Doge kind of trying to power up there through that 1 minute time frame. Looks through that line of resistance on the top left. They're trying to really power through. We'd like to see FXS just kind of take off, just the bull flag indicated on that 4 hourly. That's a 4 hourly chart here, okay, in this zone. That's a big potential time frame, right? To have that big of a pattern on it. Could SHIB on the top right, could SHIB get it done? Could it power through this descending triangle? It will be the first descending triangle decided to beat. Here we go. Angel saying, VIPs, do not waste your time with problems. Concentrate on solutions. Boom. This is the truth, huh? Absolutely, all the time. Just a nice source of inspiration. Continually, Angel, just keeping it real. Because, yeah, a lot of times we do have problems. It's nice it's nice to have that framework. We appreciate that, Angel. Very, very important, without a doubt. Just focus on the solutions. We know in the market and in life, guys, in terms of that, just the market's just easy. How many times can you buy it, support, sell it, resistance, right? As you look at booking a trade, as you would talk about, if we look for a solution, the solution I'm gonna talk about is that we look at in terms of ability to book trade, and in like sitting down, being able to book a trade. And I'm just going to say right now, as aside from the bedrock that we talked about yesterday, the heavy allocation of capital towards the lower levels, watching Doge on top left right next to Bitcoin, it's been a little slow on price action. So Doge got up a little bit better. As we would talk about it, let me see how she will beat the triangle. Look at Angel. That's good, huh? She will beat the triangle. He looks really positively scoped out on that, huh? And we will have to see. Huh? It's just Angel's laughing because he's seen sheep do it so many times. It's like maybe the ascending triangle or the descending triangle trick has just been very difficult for sheep. That's been its death knell in the market. So as we look at kind of the solution framework 2022, it's time. I want you guys to become better traders in a shorter amount of time. Not that you learn quicker. That last year that was our approach. You guys know they're certainly learning quicker, applying the fundamentals of technical analysis more quickly, developing the skill set more quickly. But I want you to be able to operate in the market more quickly. Now, sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not possible. If you're good enough, you don't have to worry about, guys, you don't have to worry about, well, today I didn't book a trade. Dang, I really need to get into this. I really need to book a trade. I have to book one today. If you're good enough, you don't have to worry about that. Well, maybe tomorrow the market will give me 3 or 4 trades. right? Some mornings you'll be able to sit down, or some afternoons or evenings or early mornings or late nights, you'll be able to sit down and the price action's there, right? And when you can just sit down and deploy your skills at will in the marketplace, yes, you need price action to cooperate, but the buy it support sell it resistance, the general framework, like you'll have a failed pattern. Like if this just bit you right here, if this just bit you, well, join the other, probably even sophisticated levels of traders that probably counted on the descending wedge to take care of price. The issue here is in terms of, well, the trade is over. No, guys, we're in one of those positions where the market has just asked you to please invest a little bit more of your time while this potentially tries to work out to the upside, right? And it's just like that, isn't it? And it's contradictory. This is very contradictory. Please pay attention to this, guys. This specific ascending triangle that we had, let's just call it ascending for whatever we discussed about it, okay? This ascending triangle had the preceding zone, didn't it? It certainly did. What did it do down here? Guys, look at this. Look at this ascending triangle. You guys in the back knew I drew this out here. There's no descending wedge. There's no anything, a protective layer at all. This thing rocketed up like no problem. So it's that, you guys know that. That was a huge move. Boom. Caught that in the back. Ascending line of support. Flat top resistance. Bam. Up and out. Right? This one, we have a contained, a preceding contained high within a line of resistance. Part of a descending wedge. So it is contrary that we would see that occur. I'm just going to say it's counterintuitive, it's contrary. It's like we just got programmed the wrong way. It's almost, it's not too much, but it is enough, right? That's enough with that, huh? So to the extent that you're in a, let me see what you got. Booking positive trades or a positive trade is part of the overall solution. VIPs, are you really listening? Yeah, booking positive trades. And that's Angel say, are you really listening? When I say booking positive trades, you guys hear me, right? Are you booking positive trades, right? Do you focus on sitting down with, and a trade goes against you, something blows up, you got a bull flag, and it cruds out on you. You got an ascending triangle that it just gave you a clear framework, created an expectation, it just fizzled out on you, right? Do you have the strategy in play to recompensate into your trade? Are you covering? Do you have the ability to cover your trade? Right, there's some aspects that can be put into play wherein you can still count a positive trade with a cover component to it, right? You have a backup plan B with your specific strategy, right? And you're able to deploy that immediately to cover your trade to where it's not a quote unquote loss trade, right? So and I learned that early with Doge, and I'll talk about this real quickly. And this was, it was a good trade for me just on Doge because I was like, what is this? What is crypto? What? And I just have to tell you guys, I had not been in crypto. It was foreign to me. I knew, Bitcoin was Bitcoin. In terms that I chose when Elon's in and around this zone. And someone told me about Doge at like 0.007. Okay, the best trade I made on Doge personally was, I want to talk about it, in the zone here when Elon bought for his son here. The best trade, listen, and it was buying high. Why? Because I was prepared to put in 5 to maybe 10, maybe 20 times the amount in this level. Boom. And so when that equation got figured out on how do I handle the level of volatility in the markets, it to me, yes, I like these zones back in here without a doubt. Huge amounts of money. But dealing with the volatility, which could have returned, I mean, it could have. I didn't think it would with Elon being involved, et cetera. But as you look at the 86% retracement here, right, the notion to me, the biggest solution that I found was the investment here with 5 to 10 to 15 times the amount invested here. Okay? And in that, I just really determined that is the key because it just felt so nice to do that. I just got to tell you guys that not just one-way shot in this thing. I have to book this trade. It has to go up again. No, 5 to 10 to 15, 20 times at this level. Boom. Just peaceful, chill, no problem. Happy for it to drop, no problem. Boom, right? Scoping that out will change the way that you trade. So was this a negative trade? A lot of people went in at this level and around, well, Elon's son's getting into it, this and that. He's buying it for his son. A lot of people here went in heavy. That's not a great trade going in heavy. But having that backup, like, kind of, hitting in with the trade, guys. It wasn't just like a coffee trade at all, guys. Okay. So hitting that in and then boom at a lower level, it just was something that I expected some volatility from. It just made the journey down really nice, right? It just really, I wanted it to go down. And that's where I realized that the volatility could be dealt with adequately in crypto. And you guys have heard me since then. And that's why, that's why I've been saying that on crypto, particularly because it can go down 86%, etc., go down more than that. But in this zone, and shout out to Pathfinder, you played that clip or something today in the back. You said you remember me stacking heavy cash reserves at the lower levels when we were up towards the top on Dogecoin. There's a reason I do that, because I had done that in this zone. And it's so nice, guys. It's just such a nice disciplined feeling in terms of dealing with the markets. And you realize, if it does go up, I always tell people as well, if you're a bit lightly involved in the price action, if you're too lightly involved in the price action, what if you only had a tenth of what you wanted involved in the price, in the actual market? Like, and I tell them, sometimes the definition of a great investment is that it doesn't matter if you have a tenth of the money you want invested in it. It'll make the other 10 times. You put a tenth in it, it should multiply by 10. Right, that's one of the components of crypto. So it's nice to just be reminded a little bit of those concepts. And looking at Doge up and over that level of resistance, not a clean breakout on the. Hold on, let me really refine these lines before I say that. And I think the lines are from another time frame. I'll say on the 1 minute, just to kind of alert here. On the 1 minute, we are up and above, very closely, guys, very closely. It is not completely clean. So we are along. We frustrated a little bit in this zone prior resistance here, just so that we know we are a little bit. It's a little bit of a messy breakout. We've broken out, up above, below, above, below. Those are not clean breakouts. I'll just state that. Now on the we could go to the here we go again, down to the if we go down to the 15-second time frame. 15-second is a clean breakout. Okay, so 15-second is clean breakout. Don't want to necessarily go into the 5-second. Not necessarily what I want to occur, but we could look at that on the 15-second as something positive. Okay, in terms of a clean breakout on the 15-second. Let me see what you got, Angel. Building a foundation starts with booking a positive trade. Please listen. After you book a first positive trade, the second and third will come so much easier. That's right. Book a positive trade. You got it. Book those positive trades. And we just, man, we know this. And it's just for when you look at, like, some people just want to invest. Angel will talk about the difference between investing and trading. There's just a different mentality, guys. And as we would talk about, like, the ability to book a positive trade, if you're trading, let's say Bitcoin right now, having your levels of the Fibonacci's laid out to where your overall trade strategy includes doubling down into it and getting to the point where you're at an overall profit on your trading, however long that may take you throughout the day, even within an internalized, I'd say, a micro componentry or macro componentry, and your trades, guys. I can't just say that your duration of your trades is going to be a framework of, ideally we just want that to be about 15 seconds and that's it. Sure. I know very few people that can do that. Some people can do that with frequency and literal frequency, and I'll just say that is that's how I like to personally trade. You guys probably have booked some trades like that as well, and you would love it to be like that all the time. It's finding that price action, right? As I would look at the, let's see here, like on the bottom, getting into like my crypto screener, getting into like what's moving right now over like X percentage within a 5-minute time frame, right? Within a 1-minute time frame. as I start to look at opportunities to really book something on something that's really moving. And that's part of the equation. Is we would focus on something with we would hope some consistent technicals. And shout out to anybody who decided to pick up a long support on BTC. Really simple stuff in terms of the entirety of it. It wasn't a huge move, guys. The overall day was a couple percent, but if you traded it on leverage or et cetera, however you decided to trade it, it just is. Let me look here. It's just it is what it is. So it wasn't a huge day thus far. So it's not like it's not much to write home about yet. But if you max the entirety of the move, we're looking at a 1% move. So we're looking at a 1% move. So some of you guys don't want to trade on leverage. I get it. But you want to be in a trade for like 30 or 40 days. So I'll just tell you, there's a happy medium between the bedrock accumulation style in terms of the long-term approach that we would look at playing those cyclicals that we discussed. Doge is a great example on that in terms of bedrock, really accumulation, lower levels, waiting for the additional next pricing cycle to occur, right? Getting into the framework of a long-term kind of solution. There is heavier capital at the lower levels, always, right? And those are carry through potential, let's just say those are potential longer trades, right? But it's difficult to shift from the longer trade to the shorter trade strategy. You guys know that. I'm just going to say that. You got to be able to shift. You guys know this. Look at a potential bull pennant feature here. Let me see the bottom line. Looks a little bit flat. Is it ascending? It's close. Looking like, let's see this on we're going to have to dig into the 15-second. Do we see any different? And we have a flat bottom here. It just looks like it's pretty strong right now. I have to say that. It looks like it's doing pretty well. On the lowest time frame, the 5-second, and really the second would be the lowest. But on this, let's just say the lower time frame, here we do have a bull pennant in play on Doge up and above a level of resistance. It could fly to the upside. Let's go ahead and measure this out because this could be a pretty decent move here. You guys trading Doge could be a decent move. Let's take a look at this move to the upside. Were we to be able to repeat this to the upside, guys, we could be looking at a move of, let's just go ahead and look up 0.7. It's not much, guys, but as you look at this 0.74, if you're, again, I just don't want to always say, if you're on leverage, but if you want a 0.74% move, you can scope out how you want that to pay off for you, and it's going to be it's going to be a move. We'd like it to be a move that counts for you, something that is something that's exciting for you to trade. Bottom line, as we look at the let's see, let me pull one thing up here on the side screen. 1 second. So broken out of that bull pennant formation to the upside is Doge, and Doge seems to be outperforming BTC. Okay, it just does. BTC about flat, Doge up about 1/4 point. Okay. And looking at, let me see here in terms of, Doge is up. Let's see what we have. Okay, so Doge is up. Let's see, we got 20. So Doge doing well, and we'd like to see that get some momentum. Could you get to the upside, please? Come on, Doge. What do you got for the VIP? Let's see you get up and out. Let me see what we got going on the chats. Just remember, VIP says, Angel, personally speaking, anything you make, whether it's a couple cups of coffee or 100 cups of coffee, is better than zero. Always reminding us in terms of that level of exposure. Just words of wisdom. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Appreciate that, Angel. Doge flashing off top line of prior resistance. Hopefully to support to confirm to the upside. Looking for that to confirm to the upside. Look at that price action on the top left. I know you guys want to split the screen, right? We need to go to 4. Let's go 4 and make sure that we can get that in. Yeah, we'll see what the others want to do. But Doge top left, confirming off that line there. BTC top right. And we just have another flag below us on Cody. Another one on near. We could split half and half. But I do like the look of like 4 going like 4 to 8. I just like that. It's just nice. But we may have some good incoming for Doge. Now, we put 100,000 to a million. I'm going to put 100 million coffees. Please. I'm going to put that. There we go. That's the goal, is 100 million coffees. Please. I kindly requested. I think that's what I'd like to see VIP focus on, is that they would like to make 100 million cups of coffee. That would be good. And you can charge us the Starbucks going rate for that. If you guys would like to focus on making something like that, that'd be a good year, right? It can happen, guys. Think big. I'm going to say think big. So Doge, a little bit difficult on that pennant. Doge looks like BTC exerting a little bit of pressure on its own on the top right here. Just a tough move. Can the buyers move in along the level of support here? Let's take a look at that on Doge. And guys, you don't have to be heavily, it doesn't have to be too much heavy exposure on Doge. You guys know, if you're trading leverage, something like that, you can make this work out with, what is that, 0.66%? Not bad. 0.66, let's see what you can do. If we can maintain price up and above, you want to make the trade worth your while. You guys know this. You want to make it worth your while. So if you go up 1% here, man, wouldn't that just be a great move on a 20x, right? I mean, that'd be nice. While you're trading, while you're trading, and you're trading and you're enjoying things, it'd be nice to make a 20% trade if something goes up percent. That'd be nice, it doesn't perform, well, we got to talk about that, guys. Let's say, Angel said an example. If you put a 5-gallon bucket underneath a small drip, you will be astonished when it overspills and you come to the conclusion. I like this example. I've heard it before. I love it. A 5-gallon bucket underneath a drip, right? It fills up that bucket without a doubt, right? And it's just, if you can sit down and book a trade, it's nice, guys. It's just nice. Can you get directional with it, is the bottom line. Can you get directional with it? Is the ideal. Getting directional with something. What's your take threshold, right? What is your take threshold? As we're looking at, will Bitcoin, okay, as it looks like it's returning to its level of support, what's your take threshold on your Doge trade right now? Okay, a little bit of volatility. Will BTC on the top right, will it pick up, right? Is it going to push the market down? Looks like Doge already got frustrated on its pennant right now. A little bit of a difficult move. What's your threshold? I'm going to say, what if you're in a 20x right now and you're looking at 7%? What if you're in a 20x on Doge right now and you're looking at 7%? What would that, you started trading, you started day trading, etc. What's 7%? Let's say you net 7%. What would you do? Is that, you decide to push it. Well, you decide, is that your only position I talked about earlier in terms of your overall exposure? You prepared to cover your trade? Do you have some sort of a mechanism in place to where you're not overexposed necessarily, and your strategy is part of acquisition at a lower level, right? All different types of frameworks that we can put together for that. And I'm going to need a sip of agua here. Let me read through this. I want to see what you guys are trading. Yeah, and you just watch your, as your price fails to deliver bullishly, what's your threshold? The higher your leverage, the more difficult it's going to be. You guys know that. Now, BTC should be coming up on a level of support. You guys see that. So if you're on Doge, if you're on leverage, what you got going on, would you be willing to break even on your Doge trade and just say, okay, fine, looks like BTC should be picking up, at least could be picking up, at this level, right? It would be nice to see that pickup at that specified level. Does that mean that Doge can traject to the upside? We've already ruined a nice pattern here, just a nice pattern, right? And let's look at this the specifics here on the 15-second. Again, we dig into lower time frame, see what we can find out about possible, I'd say, variations, etc., On that 15-second, we have just nearly, it's close, guys. Again, almost a flat top. It is ascending to the extent that we're going to be looking at either a channel, upward slanting channel, or a little bit of a diagonal channel, or an ascending triangle here would be nice as well, right? I'm always looking for ascending triangles, guys. And for the people in the back of the VIP today that saw BTC just take off and rifle to the upside, you know why. It absolutely floored. I mean, it literally was just 0 to 60 in a million miles a minute, or a second, just boom, just move, bam, Bitcoin spike, right? Just a nice move to the upside. Those types of trades we want to be involved in, and to the extent that price pushes you around, I mean, I would, understand that. Let's see. Let me put this down here. Perfect bucket. I'm gonna put perfect bucket to Angel. You put the bucket there, and it collects all the water and overspills. Perfect bucket, huh? Maybe we need a 10-gallon bucket. I don't know, but yeah, the example is great. Just slow, bit by bit, poco a poco se va lejos kind of thing. Just little by little. It's every trade is part of the equation. And I'll just put that every single trade is part of the equation. And it may be a lesson that you're learning from the market. You guys know it may be as we look at BTC push along this level of attempted support to the upside, right? It may be that you had failed on this trade here, but what did you learn? Your backup reserve cash is important. Maybe we're still assessing a lower level here. Maybe you're out because of the level of unpredictability. Maybe that is the lesson that you learn when you run into a new trade dynamic. And let's say at the lower level, you have a level of lack of expectation here at the lower level, and you expected it to recover into that ascending wedge, and it kind of violated that rule. Maybe you said, well, I don't feel like trading Bitcoin right now today. Maybe you pay attention to those. Literally, guys, maybe you take kind of a note of that. Okay, Bitcoin's going to be a little bit exhibit kind of poor behavior, that's outside of the line with technicals. I'm just going to lay off of it for a minute. If it's the weekend, right, it may be a little bit treating the retail traders, or I'll say this, the retail traders, or even because we have to bring this up. Wall Street's at home. They're trading. They're trading at home. They're at their home computers trading against us right now. So they're going through the same thing. Everybody's kind of getting a dose of it right now in terms of some of the whipsaws and some of the difficulties that we're looking at. Doge looked a little bit stronger technically earlier today. I'll just tell you that. It just looked a little bit stronger technically earlier today. For anyone that's in the back just knows that was kind of my opinion. I said I'd mention that during the stream, that Doge just felt a little bit more strongly technically oriented. And let's see what we see here. Angel saying, you will not conquer the market overnight, but with persistence and perseverance. You guys check that out, huh? That's Angel invested at $7.79. You will not conquer the market overnight, but with persistence and perseverance, right? 100%, guys. Huge input, guys. I really value your input 1,000,000%. I thank you so much for your input, Angel, and I am listening 100%. I want you to know that I am listening. I always tell VIP to listen all the time, and I want you to know that I am listening. I'm going to have one sip of water real quickly. Thank you so much. I had to get a drink of water. It was really, really good. Was just really in need of a sip of water. Just wanted some water. It was really great. Man, when you haven't had water in a minute. It was nice. Now, in terms of the bull flag, come on, Doge. I have to just pull it on out in terms of just saying this. Like, we have to call this out, call a spade a spade. Like, come on, Doge. It's like, don't do what you could do here. Don't fake out the Doge crew, right? Don't return to support again. It's not in the equation. It's not in the cards. level of support, level of resistance, right? We've gone through the technical features here. I'd be interested to know, is anyone in VIP trading? Or is anyone else in VIP trading? I'd like to know, is anyone else in VIP trading? I got to know. I need to know. When Doge moves, she moves. She does move. Now, looking at, you know, a level of support. Don't do it, Doge. I'm just going to sit here and say this, guys. We don't need the prior resistance to support Doge. Don't do it. Yeah, the VIP may be able to tell that I'm in a 20x. Dang it, you, Doge. Dang it, Doge. Don't you do it. That would be me and a 20x on Doge. Fine. All right, there, fine. Did I book a positive trade? Yes, I booked a positive trade. Doge. If it picks up right now, I'm not worried about it. I don't got to stress. I ain't got to do nothing. I book a positive trade. I take the cash off the table, no problem. I just, you know, I wanted it to go up more immediately. I don't want to sit through. I wasn't going to book a negative trade on that, guys. I'm going to tell you guys after the discussion of this and that and no bank and everything else, like, hey, and you're, you know, we're doing this and that. Like, no, I'm going to book a trade. I don't care. It's going to be green, period. Give me 3-6%. What? Give me what you want to. Is going to be that one's going to be a positive trade. Okay, so I wanted to hold this level of support here. Essentially, what we did. I don't have much. I don't have a lot of time for it. Let it do what it wants to do. I mean, you get out here, you have some fun. We make 20% in no time. Here, I'm fine. But yeah, I booked the trade, and that's fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm in the green. That's okay. That's okay. That's the way she goes. But yes. When you guys hear me talking like that, don't you do it. That's probably because I'm in a 20x or 125x, okay? Just for the record. All right? So you don't hear me like that all the time either. Don't you do just it's just funny because, like, you know, you can tell when someone's like involved in it, but I didn't want to tell you guys because I chose to trade Doge because it was technically more conformant. It just was. But I only went at 20x. It wasn't too bad, right? Just a little bit of fun with Doge as it's moving around. Keep myself entertained and keep myself, plugged into the price action. But yeah, I chose not to trade BTC because BTC with this rising wedge, and I brought this up to the VIP. Wanted to see if we capture back to this level. We discussed this, and instead of our recapturing the body here of this level of resistance to support, rising wedge feature, I want to see, will we recapture this? So I really didn't want to go long on BTC, to tell you the truth. I wanted to see if we recapture this level here. Again, a wedge, as we would look at this, just frame this. Wedge here, failed. Will we recapture up to the point of the apex? You guys remember that from earlier? You guys remember that? And what was the example that I brought? I've seen this demonstrated quite frequently, okay? And the example of what I brought was the daily, okay? The example on the daily, still drawn out for you guys, is the following. This specific falling wedge with a failure, right? Generating a failure code, right? Failure, boom. Recovering up to at least that peak level, right? So, and as we study the price action, we're not cracking open like homework books for fun, guys. This is the market. We're very diligently approaching the market to see about advantages to be taken for money. It's like us, you know. Imagine just cracking your knuckles out and just watching that blackjack table. Just counting those cards, figuring everything else out. Like, they still let us trade. That's the one good thing. As much as we study this market, they still let us trade, right? But they seem to be taking away certain exchanges that VIP are making like tons of millions of dollars on. So to the extent that has anything to do with the amount of money that has been made by VIPs on those exchanges, I'm interested. It's not getting kicked out of Vegas, right, from counting cards, but it's like, well, this group has made a lot of money on this exchange and it disappears. I'm like, no. So we did bring up the possibility of return to this. We're just going to note that for now. Note that as a fallback feature because we did overpower and we talked about the level of support right below. We talked about this level of support being kind of a big pop-up feature, right? A big, solidly reinforced, just a heavyweight feature, right? That did give us some interesting technicals here in terms of that, right? So that return to at least this level, I like to see that. And we've noted this one. 1 out of the 10, maybe. Yeah, 1 out of the 10. The body wasn't recaptured. So I slid out of the Doge 20 over break even, just so you know. Yeah, it's not bad. Over 20. Great example, London. We all want more, but your discipline has to come into play. Yeah, it has to. You got that right. It's and consistency. And consistency. We need the discipline and the consistency, right? That's just and consistency without a doubt. It's just not, and that's. I mean, it's a. If you guys are, I don't know what your trade regimens are like. In terms of like, are most people like studying, catching up on the technicals, trying to get into the framework of the coins? Are you actively are you making note of your deficits, right? If someone was in a long here, say you got into a 20 x long in this area here, there and about, right? You were up in the money, right? And you, let's just say that you had a I don't know. Let's just say that you had a difficulty in letting go, right? And stopping and saying you were green, like I was green on my trade. Like it broke this level of support. Do you just hold on to it too long? And well, it's really red, and then you're stuck in the trade for potentially hours, and you're just grueling over the screen, and it's not an enjoyable experience, and it's either elation or destruction when it does work out to the upside. And or failure when it completely is so far down you have to just capitulate. Where are you making notes of what your deficits are, what your trade results are? Like, are you even mentally noting really and taking a good account of that? Because we trade. You guys know that. That's what we do is we trade. We did that through 2021, and I mean heavily in the back, guys. Trading, bam, 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 just hammering at the market. We found out a lot of details about the market on the micro and the macro, like the specific move today that really shot up on BTC. I'm just going to bring this up again. We saw that incredible price action. Is BTC on a level of support? We're going to pay attention to this. It's going to be another potential wedge here. Let's interrupt real quickly. I want to see what this is going to do here. We had this pushed into this. Now we have the framework of this. This is a precarious position. Given the dynamics that have been in play, this is very interesting for Bitcoin. Now, I have an inclination as to what I'd like to trade on a 125 right now, but I just had this feeling, honestly, guys. Today I had the feeling, I was like, I woke up and I was like, I just don't think today's a real good day for me to trade. Honestly, I really felt that today when I woke up. It just something told me, is like, today is just not really one of those days I really want to trade. I don't know why. It's like something with the market, with the behavior. And before this situation on this rising wedge, guys, I just felt that way. I literally had that impression. And it broke one of our cardinal rules here in terms of a return to the body of the wedge. But I had that intuition this morning. I thought that. I booked a trade. VIP, no, I booked 125x, just a small change in terms of the overall percentage trade. But I booked one trade early around coffee or breakfast, and I was like, that's just, I'm just not going to, there's something about it. And it was interesting after, I didn't want to trade after that. I was like, something tell me about the price action. There's something about the market. I just don't want to trade it right now. And it was interesting because thereafter we saw one of our maxims get, or one of the high probability trades that we see a lot get rejected. And so, I don't know, it's very interesting. So when you have that intuition yourself, listen to it. Yeah, listen to because I had that. And listen to yourself in terms of your overall approach to the market. Sometimes you'll get a little guidance here and there. I think believe in that just in terms of how connected you are with the markets. It's hugely important. And that's, if you get that intuition, guys, there's nothing that can replace that. You guys know that. There's nothing that can replace that. Now, the buyers on support here are really in a challenging situation. You guys know this, right? We have an expanded descending wedge here. Now, this is a level of support after we have fallen through how many of them, right? As we would look at the inverted here, that's definite fall through here, right? In terms of that, we go to the 5 minute. It's going to be less of that. There we go. That fall through here of the wedge structure. We choose to view descending and ascendings essentially the same on inverted and regular. We just do. A real challenging pickup here. They have the same general framework to them. The same kind of calculatives go into their estimation that ascending is bearish, descending generally. I'll say generally, descending generally bullish. Okay, so to the extent that we see the framework here, let's see BTC, a little bit of a curl around on Doge. Not much in terms of Cody. Cody's not a bad looking flag, guys. Just I want you to just know, to be aware of it. We're VIP. We got to know what's moving, what could be moving. I don't want to pick up like a Filecoin, right? Filecoin went up like 13, 14%. Like, all right. I looked at it like, all right. Like, I have no idea why it went up or what it hit. It, someone accidentally hit the buy button and it went up. I don't know what happened with Filecoin. I'm not a fan of the project. You can tell by the way I'm talking about it. Looking at the framework of USDT.D. Interesting to see that fan formation potentially play out to the upside. Interesting, huh? And again, we're recapturing the framework. Just pay attention to this, please. And you'll note this if and when a return to a wedge fails. Guys, you'll note this. I promise you will. In the future, you'll always be looking for, okay, now will it come back up over this level? Watch. You'll wonder about that. And you'll see them start to do that. You'll note the ones that do. All right? And that's even more of an advantage. I'll tell you guys, if you could fall out of every one of these and get well below and then be assured, and we'll start to look at that in terms of if we could get a bigger sample. Listen, please, listen. Guys, if we could get a bigger sample of the ones that didn't return to the body, we'd be looking at them. You guys know that? We don't have a big enough sample size. What does that tell you about the return to function on the body of the wedge? Hello. We don't have a big enough sample size. I don't. Enough trades executed outside that don't recover the body to actually legitimately, guys, look into that equation. That's saying something, guys, in terms of the overall discussion that's being had. VIP definitely picking up on that, right? So, hello. That's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Most of human decisions are a direct result of your emotions. That's a mathematical fact. Knowing that component is where being unshakable will come in. Absolutely. At 10 years in the market, Angel has toughened you up like, tough as nails, guy. You know this, but man, but I don't know. I'm a big believer that life kind of, will bring you what it brings you when it knows that you're capable of handling it. And I really believe that in terms of, if I could please set up, I'm going to set up this 30, 60, 70, and 80 by Abdomi, ABDOMI, 20 to 30, 70 to 80 RSI levels. You can type in 20 to 30 or 70 to 80. It's by Abdomi, ABDOMI. I like my RSI on the screen. I'm going to set this up on BTC in 2 seconds to show you how to do it. Bam, go through and unclick all these levels. There we go. I want to go up to the 30. I want to turn it purple. I want to get in with an area under instead of the line. I want to lighten this up just a touch like that so I can visualize that RSI on the screen and not have to separate my eyes from the price action while I'm seeing price develop. Okay? So, and I'll change it just a touch to be in line with the other components. For some reason, that fell off of my radar here. Let me take a look at this here. Let's see this. There we go. That fell off my screen. I probably deleted it on accident. There we go. Just to make sure we have that RSI on the screen. So, I think it also fell on my USDT.D, but that's okay. We'll get that going. And we're cognizant of the fact that the USDT.D chart is looking interesting. It is looking interesting, isn't it? I made the comment the other day that it's looking healthy. I think it's just looking healthy. I believe that it is looking healthy. I'm not going to describe it other than ouch was the first day we did drop. And I was like, it just looks pretty healthy to me. Okay, so the dynamics in play right now are a little bit unpredictable. Now, since they're unpredictable, this is the challenge. If we fail this wedge, what do you do? Is it the 8 out of 10 that you know it is, or is the rule is your participation in what you've studied, right? Is it completely gone, right? That's going to be the question. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How many people are just going to pick up like no problem here? Let me say the market is not. Angel says the market is not for the light of heart, but recognizing that fact and the swings of the market will harden you and anybody. The market is not for the light of heart. Interesting, huh? Very interesting. But recognizing that fact and the swings of the market will harden you, huh? And anybody, including myself, personally speaking, will harden you, will toughen you up. That's a big word. Big words. I'm just gonna put solid. Right? Just you say unshakable, just solid, like iron-handed. But it's not iron-handed. Is there? But you guys know. Everybody here knows the emotions of a trade, the difficulty, the heart gets going, the mind starts going, the literal every component of your body starts working in that direction. You guys know. So when it is what it is. But you got to just know it's easy to sit through a trade. Oh, sure. Easy to sit through the trade. It is not easy to sit through a trade, right? And like me, I have a preference. Like right now, I just closed this Doge 20. I didn't want it to go red. I talk all the time about my screen turn green. That's it. I want my screen to be green. That's it. I want it to be green. I do not like to sit through negative price action. That's not fun to me. That's not what I enjoy doing. Grueling and having to wake up and look at the computer and see. Put me in a $5 million trade. Maybe I'll sleep like a baby, no problem. Put the VP of acquisitions over the. I'm just immediately going to lay it out like that. That's just the way it is, guys. Just from my background, etc. But it's just some people may have held through this on Doge. I don't want to be in a negative trade. I like to be directional. I like to be quick, and I like to just now I could have shorted. I could have flipped it to a short here and a shorted here. That would have been good. I mean, those would have been good trades. 5 on, let's say 5 on 20. It'd be a 10% move right there, right on a short from the top. I could have flipped to a short and been up 10% on my trade. Getting to a 50% move, I'd be up 25% on the move. That's not bad. Doge actually moving pretty well to discuss right now. Are you at a level of support? I say yes. You're close. You're real close there to a level of support in terms of that bottom level, particularly on the candle wicks. Yeah, those candle wicks. We already talked about that. That's going to have a variable a variable line. Okay, in terms of that specific. So let's see the pickup thus far. Looks like it's doing well. Let's see. Wonder if we will get to that pickup level on the. Yeah, and Angel, I really have a lot of respect for. And this is the deal. Like Angel, I have a lot of respect for the fact that when you talk about the years you spent trading and like hardening up and just toughening you up, is because like right now I can say, well, I really respect right now how you can hold through a trade and this and that. No, I respect everything. I've been around a lot of traders, brother. So I respect the fact that you've been through that much to where you can, and not only what you may be able to do now, but everything that it's done along the way, my man. Because that's a lot of grit and determination. You guys.